Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and follow me on Twitter as well at Dan Who Reviews. And each week I'm going to delay the gap between Dan W, just so it just keeps getting longer and longer. But as always, I'm not on my own, of course. Hero Collections, but we all know him as the lovable Brandon. How are you doing, my friend?
Good. What's up, guys? How we doing?
Pow. So as always, welcome.
Another happy Friday, but not Saturday, but not Tuesday, but not Thursday.
yeah. Not Monday either, or Sunday. That just leaves us with Thursday, I'm afraid. Yeah, just another Thursday stream. We all know whose fault that is anyway. But she's standing right there, so she can hear everything I'm saying. So she's going to the shop. Should I send her to get me anything?
We love you, Mrs. Who.
They're sending love, Amanda. They're sending love. Right. So as always, I've got a cider.
Good to be back. Good to be here. Happy Thursday. I'm tired, man. It's been a long week.
Well, good, because we're recapping stuff that everyone's already talked about, so we can take a nice chilled week. So it's a nice, easy, chilled week. So first and foremost, can everyone see and hear us? As soon as we get the yes, we get the thumbs up. If you can see and hear us both, Brandon will say hello to the chat, and then we'll get into it. I'm just going to press share on Instagram. And again, if you're here, you want to spread the love, get more people involved in the little community we've built here, then put us in your Instagram story, tweet about it, share the love. Let's try and get this Thursday crew building because everyone just thinks we've left Friday and went nowhere. But we're still here. It's just a Thursday.
Exactly. So we got Manny Fresh is here. He said, I worked 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time to join you guys today.
Wow, Manny.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Manny, and welcome. I'll try and keep it as entertaining as possible for you. Let's drink some more. Quick, go and get some ice cream, Brandon, quick.
we got Marcus, he says, hey yo. We got Z-Man is back. He says, hey. I think Z-Man is I think he put up a story today. I think both of us
did. He did. Thank you very much. And that's the love. Before we even went live, and I appreciate that ever so much. I really do.
We really appreciate it. And then we got Laser Pants says, hey yo, what's up everybody? We got Thor 2012 is back, yo. Marcus says, pew pew, y'all, pew pew. And then we got Tom Schaller says, hey, he's back. We got Manny Fresh, Laser Pants hits like button. Carnage the Kid says, hey Dan.
Pow.
Carnage the Kid, man, I'm here, yo. Come on.
Yeah, Brad.
Marcus says
completely ignores Brandon.
Kev's Collectibles says bad day. No, good day, Kev. Mark Rose says, what up? Manny Fresh says, Laser Pants in a Guardians of the Galaxy voice, LOL.
As in taser face. Says, that's a taser face joke.
Yeah. Marcus says, happy Thursday, Dan, Brandon, and everyone in the chat. Marcus says, y'all are fantastic. Phil Jones is here. He says, pow, watching with my son Ryan tonight. He's a Disney toy box collector. Pow. I love those Disney toy box figures.
This is for Ryan, all right? This is for Ryan. So this is secret. This isn't Paralleled's fault. But for Phil and Ryan, I actually do have my own little collection of some of the Disney toy box stuff. Only the Disney characters, as in like the traditional Disney characters. I haven't got any of the Star Wars or Marvel. But I've got Mickey, Minnie. I've got.
I think, is there a Donald Duck? Goofy?
Donald Duck, Goofy. Yeah. And I've got Pluto and this cat, but I have no idea who this cat is. It just came with Minnie Mouse. So maybe Ryan and Phil can tell me.
Yeah, I think the cat is Minnie Mouse's cat.
Yeah, but I don't know its name. Felix? Or is that just a cat advert in the UK?
It's definitely a she, but I can't remember.
Well, Phil and Ryan can tell me, and welcome. So, Toy Bro's in the building as well. Hello, Toy Bro. All the way from the UK. Yeah.
I really like it, Toy Bro. If you're watching, I really like your reviews.
So do I.
Watch a lot of your Black Series and Figure Arts reviews, for sure.
100%. I'm the same. I'm always jealous because he's got the stuff I want, by the way.
Yeah. I liked your interview with Hasbro as well. It was really good. Really interesting. We got Zach Legend says, what's up, guys?
Wow.
Todd is here, the king of Marvel Legends himself.
Rectangular.
What do we call him? The Marvel Legends
Whisperer.
I'm tired, man. My brain will kick in. It'll catch up. Kevin is in the building. Des Limey says, good day, chaps. Z-Man said, had an exam and got a distinction, which is amazing. Congrats, Z-Man.
Congratulations. That's great.
Who else we got? We got Malika Mabane says, peace to the family. Peace to yours too, brother. Yeah. Blaine is here again. We got Jamie is back. Who else? We got Hugo. Oh, Phil says the cat is Figaro, also from Pinocchio.
Oh, okay. I'm Figaro. Nice. Okay, I learned something new. I've got a Figaro figure. Now I know.
Oh, this is a good point. Thought 2012 says, Dan Who, the toy box Spider-Ham is actually better than the Hasbro Spider-Ham.
I've seen people talk about that.
Yeah, I saw the legs, I think, are articulated. I'm just going to get another booster thing here to sit my laptop on.
I've also seen people take the Venom and put a pork rind head on it. So you've got like a bigger cartoon style pork rind to sit with Spider-Ham. So I have been tempted by that. But I do, as I said, it was in Paralleled. I've seen some of Paralleled's reviews on the toy box stuff, and I was like, I quite like the stylistic, but I like having those physical representations about characters and brands that I like. And Disney, or like one of my biggest dreams as a kid growing up was to go to Disneyland, go to Universal Studios and all of that good stuff. And me and the missus managed to go a couple of years ago. So that's my little representation of that for me on the shelf. But who doesn't love Disney?
Was that the time with the Walgreens? And now she said,
yeah, now she hates Walgreens. Hates Walgreens because of that trip to Florida. I'm like, there's a Walgreens, let's go in. I literally went missing on that trip. I literally would sneak out of the hotel room, literally go up the street and go, I'm just going for a walk. And I'd literally be going straight to Walgreens every time. Did you see Laser Pants' son, by the way, wearing my mask in bed? I didn't know if I was going to be creeped out by that or not. It was very funny. I showed my missus and she was like, what the hell is that about? And I was like, it's too long to get into it. But I thought that was very funny, Laser Pants. And Laser Pants will be our guest next week, by the way, unless he changes his mind. Yeah. So Ryan will be our guest next week, but we're not calling him Laser Pants, all right? He's going to be Laser Trousers, all right? Laser Trousers. He's on a UK stream. He's on a UK stream. He's got to be Laser Trousers 81, all right? So we're getting to that next week anyway. But hello, everyone, and welcome. Everyone can see and hear us. We've got the regulars in here, which we appreciate and love you all. So let's get into it, shall we? So as we already said, right at the top, we are a week behind. That's fine, though. That's fine. We've let the dust settle. And now we can talk about some legends that Rectangular spoiled anyway. Rectangular talked about these literally probably over a month ago anyway. So if anything, Hasbro were late last week. Do you know what I mean? So if anything, it's not so bad. But now we've got some pretty pictures, so we can go through and talk about it. And we're going to do the standard hit and miss as we always do, because as I said, there are some unique choices in this wave, shall we say? Frogman, but I actually quite like that one, but we'll save that for when we get into it. But right, okay, Laser Fan said, here be all UK, just wait. He best have his little teacup and everything. I know he's got one. He's going to have to borrow it off the wife again. But yeah, let me see if these pictures can pull up. So let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it. Now everyone's here. So let's start off with something that we already knew about, but now they've showed off in pretty pictures, and it's actually went up for pre-order. So it is, of course, the Mad Titan himself, Thanos.
Oh, yeah. This is nice. This is really nice.
But this is the Thanos I think everybody has been wanting. Now, this is the more classic-looking Thanos to go along. As you mentioned, Brandon, Hasbro love their anniversaries, and next year is going to be, I believe, the 21st anniversary of Infinity Gauntlet, the original comic book. I believe, I could be wrong with the number.
30 years? I thought it was 91.
Maybe it is. As I said, I threw a number out there. I went with 21. I regret it now. But I knew it was an anniversary is what I'm trying to say.
Probably went with 21 because it's 2021.
Oh, that's probably why it is. That's probably, see, it's one of the, it's a Thursday. It's one of those days, Brandon.
Yes,
but yeah, really liking this figure. As I said, it's went up for pre-order now. The Thanos, I think we all wanted, much more resembles that Marvel Select version. Did you pre-order it?
I did, yeah. But the major thing about this is that it is a complete redo.
Yes.
This is all new sculpt. It is completely different from the versions that we had before from Hasbro. So that was the Walmart exclusive in 2018, and the modern iteration of paint of that, which was I think the Build-A-Figure in 2015 for the Age of Ultron wave. That had Age of Ultron, Cap, Age of Ultron, Hulk, that kind of thing.
Yep.
What I hated about those versions was that the chest piece that was up at the top, it had to peg into the shoulders at the top.
Yes.
So it always used to.
And when you're posing it, like pops out.
It would just pop out, and it was so awkward and annoying. So I'm hoping that this one doesn't do the same thing.
So it's this little piece here. it sort of will
always pops off. It used to
pop
make
off.
it so frustrating to pose.
Yeah.
It really used to kill the vibe with that figure. But what I love about this, I mean, this is much bigger. It is much broader. It is a real brute.
Do you reckon would he fit in my throne though? That is the question. That's all I want to know. Would he fit in my throne?
You might need to make a new throne.
Probably the best thing I've ever built, so that's why I always show it off.
The Apocalypse mold, but I don't think so. I think it's new sculpt, isn't it? I think it's much bigger.
Yeah. So it's all brand new sculpt. So as I said, they said that in the stream as well. It's all brand new.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think that King Thanos head is a really nice touch. You know, they could have gone for like a regular portrait, grimace, and then the big cheesy grin. But it was nice that they mixed it up and went for the King Thanos one.
Yes.
And the interchangeable hands, it's just solid.
Yes. So Ryan actually showed off on his Instagram. You could put the interchangeable King Thanos head on the figure that I've just shown off. So if you're like me, and I'm sure many other people that already have one of the iterations of Thanos, either the builder figure or this, you can put the King Thanos head on there, and at least have a different representation of the character up on your display. So I'm not too mad at that. I like when they do stuff like that. It makes me not feel so bad about essentially buying the same figure, same character again.
I mean, for me, I'm happy to rebuy characters if they do them better and better every time. And I mean, they're really smashing it. They're really smashing it. And I think this completely beats out the select version as well. That select version looked good, it scaled nice, but the articulation left a lot to be desired. And this, I think, this is probably my favorite deluxe figure that they've done so far.
Yep, I agree. It's looking really good. Looking forward to this. As I said, like you just said, I don't mind buying the same character again if it is a better version of that character. Because for a while, I was only trying to have, when I started, because I started like all in on the MCU, and then when I started building out my comic phase, I was like, I want the best representation of that character in figure form. Obviously, that rule has changed now. Now I buy everything, but at first I was like, which is the best Captain America? Which is the best Iron Man? So obviously this is easily the best Thanos. So if you haven't got one yet, then jump on board nice and easy, much easier than getting some of the previous ones, because the previous one was a Walgreens exclusive, a Walmart exclusive, sorry, and then the other was a builder figure, so not always easy to find. So this one should be nice and easy. It's at retail. So if you sort of need this in your Marvel collection. Thanos is such an iconic character, especially for this generation of Marvel fans as well, because the MCU have sort of brought him into the spotlight a little bit more. But as we shown on one of our streams a few weeks ago, the first ever Thanos figure was in about 95 in that Fantastic Four wave, before anyone in the mainstream really even was talking or even knew who Thanos was. Obviously, comic fans did. But it's nice to have that. The best version, and all new sculpt as well, and the interchangeable head and the hands, like you said. So it's obviously a hit from both me and Brandon, people. So you know the score here. Before we move on to the next one, is Thanos, the Mad Titan, is he a hit or a miss? Hit or a miss for the Mad Titan? Are you buying? As I said, if you put hit, it means you are buying this figure. You are pre-ordering this figure. You are adding this guy to your collection to stand with his little cardboard cutout throne, which is just a tease. They need to give us a deluxe figure with a throne, but that's a topic for another day.
Do you have Apocalypse to hand?
Yes.
Because mine's like 3 or 4 different rows of figures. Todd, I don't think so, man. I'm sure it's
okay.
Nobody.
So Apocalypse was at the back of my X-Men display, and I've forgot he had all these wires, and it was hooked into Angel's big metal wings, and I pulled him up, and now there's an absolute stampede on the shelf, people. No, not good. I hope this is worth it, Brandon. Okay, so here's Apocalypse. What do you want to see? Do you want to see if it's the same as the?
Yeah, I'm sure it's not.
I don't think this is the same as Thanos.
No, I think Apocalypse is slender.
It's not the same. I don't know.
No. I think Todd was saying that the new.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, he's saying it's the AOA Apocalypse mold.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I can hold that up like that, but it doesn't look the same.
No, so maybe the AOA Apocalypse mold it could be.
I haven't got the AOA Apocalypse just yet. I haven't even opened my Age of Apocalypse figures yet. We need to do.
No.
I'm going to do one big review for them, by the way, people. But my microphone on my actual microphone I used to review messed up. But I didn't. But I recorded like 3 reviews in one go and didn't even realise. So it was too late. I'd already opened the figures, reviewed them. So I just put the reviews up this week. But yeah, my mic's broken, so I need to fix that before I film some more reviews. But that's how I film my videos, by the way, people. I do them in a bunch. So I film like 3 or 4 videos in one sitting and then put them out scheduled. So if you see me, up on the channel yesterday was the Kingpin review. But I didn't open and review him. I didn't open and review him yesterday. I opened and reviewed him over the weekend. But just trying to keep the content there, trying to keep it there. You know the score. But yeah, so we're getting a lot of hits for this. I can imagine. I've just scrolled up on the chat and seen a lot of hits.
We got Blaine, Jamie, Manny, Thor, Phil, Bullet, Laserpants, Todd, Brian. Oh no, everybody up until Brian said hit.
Oh, Brian's not a fan of the Mad Titan.
But he went for a miss.
Brian's definitely going in this snap, by the way.
And then we got Jays, Manny, Deslimey, Z-Man. All said hit. Laserpants said he pre-ordered 2.
Interesting.
Ruler of Randomness said hit. Crazy Toon said hit. That does put a smile on my face.
Oh, nice.
Frobber Fett says Thanos figure a hit. Thanos a miss. Thanos face a miss.
So Ryan said he ordered 2. Is that one to open and one to keep on card? Is that just a simple logical reason why you buy 2, or do you have a plan for 2 Thanoses in your display, or is it for King Thanos? Is that what you're going to say for King Thanos and the other head, or do you want 2 poses? Why have you brought 2?
No. Laserpants pre-ordered 2.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. That's what I'm asking. Why has he brought 2? Because if you haven't got the other Thanos figures and you wanted to display King Thanos with your Cosmic Ghost Rider, for example, then maybe you could buy 2. But still, yeah. All right, cool. So
I think I just hit a message on the chat. I don't know whose message it was.
Whoops. Doesn't matter. It's all good. If your message has been hidden, it will come up saying hidden. So write it again, and Brandon will hide it again.
No, it was an accident. Laserman says 1 to open and 1 in case they get some QC issues.
Ah, okay. That's not a bad shout.
I do that as well, you know.
It's a rich man's game, buying 2 at a time.
Well, no. Like for figures that I like really like that I really like, I've started to get 2. And then I open 1 and make sure it's okay, and then I send the other one back.
Yeah, I just hate sending stuff back. Like, I'm wild fussy. Like, I just don't like sending stuff back. I've always been like that. You know, like if food comes to me at a restaurant and it's got like, I don't know, like I'm awkward. I'm one of those awkward people who gets a burger and says no lettuce, no pickle, no. Do you know, like I want. Yeah.
I can't deal with.
But if they.
I ordered a burger for dinner the other day on Uber Eats, and I forgot to put all of the different things saying, you know, don't put this, and then it came and I was gutted.
So disappointed, yeah. That's why I order the same thing all the time everywhere, so I don't get disappointed. If I'm hungry and I'm not going to go to a restaurant and go, oh, let's try something new. What happens if that new thing is disgusting and I'm still hungry? So just stick with what you know, people, right? But my point is with all that is I hate sending stuff back. So if I get a burger back and it's still got lettuce in it, I just pull it out and I'll eat it. But that's just me. I'm just annoying like that.
I like lettuce. Todd says, I'm with you, Dan. Keep it plain, baby.
There you go. Nice and simple. Nice. And I don't understand. Well, you've got a nice beefy burger. You can have some cheese or bacon. Something like that's fine. But why add nonsense stuff that grows out the ground, like green crap on it or tomato? No.
It's lettuce, ketchup.
That's rabbit food. That's what you feed to your rabbits. Like, I put this in a rabbit hutch, but I'm also now going to put it in my burger. No.
I mean, I can do cheese on a burger, but most of the time I don't because I feel like the cheese takes away from the beef.
No, it melts into the burger, especially if you've got it on a barbecue or something like that. Oh my god! Like, we need to have a whole new stream on how you eat your burgers. Seriously, let us know let us know how you eat your burgers in the comments in the chat. And
Dino made a really good point. He said Maestro should be the next deluxe and have a Lord Draken SDCC style of packaging.
Oh, with the box type thing, with the throne.
They missed the mark with the facial expression on that Thanos head. I mean, I don't think it's too bad. I think I like the sort of evil, open grin smile. I think it would have been cool to have, the kind of like the serious head, but no harm done. I'm not fussing.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got. At first, I was thinking, would I have wanted two different expressions for Thanos? But I'm actually quite glad we got the King Thanos head, because now I've got something to put on my other Thanos figure I've already got, and I can add it to the Ghost Rider section of the display. Because at the minute, Ghost Rider's like just randomly up there, the Cosmic Ghost Rider. So I don't know. I like that option. I like with what they went with anyway. So bravo Hasbro. Right, moving on. So this wave we knew about anyway, as the Marvel Legends Whisperer Rectangular told us weeks ago about these leaked figures. So it is, of course, the Into the Spider-Verse wave with the Stiltman Build-A-Figure. So we already knew what these figures were, but they officially revealed the images of Peter B. Parker, Prowler, and Frogman. So now we have the full wave, and 6 figures in a way. It's the type of wave I like. Six figures, nice and simple. So we are going to go through these one by one and say what we like and don't like. But just as a whole, Brandon, before we get into it, have you pre-ordered this wave, or are you picking and choosing?
I went for all of them but one.
Interesting. So don't tell us which one. Let the suspense build, and they can find out as we go through.
If I ordered all of them but one, what was the one that I didn't order? And what about you, Dan? Did you go for this wave?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, I want Stiltman. I've actually ordered doubles of one. Guess which one I've ordered doubles of? Ooh, the suspense. So yeah, I've definitely pre-ordered it. To be fair though, just as a whole, I didn't think I wanted Into the Spider-Verse figures. If we're just going to speak in general terms before we get into it. So like, as I said, I went to see this in the cinema with the missus, and it was just one of those late evenings. I wanted to see this film, but she didn't. So like, it was just one of those where it was hard for me to sell her Marvel films as it is, let alone a cartoon Marvel film when we were both in our 30s. So I was like, come on, let's go and see it. And it was like the vibe, I don't know, we ended up falling asleep in the film. I don't know why. It was just one of those days. So like, I left it thinking, yeah, it was all right, but like, I wasn't thinking this is the best film ever. But then every review online was like, this is the best Spider-Man film ever, like live action or not. And I'm like, am I missing something? Like, I don't know. So I haven't rewatched it since. I need to revisit it. But in my head, I know, yeah, it's on Netflix now. So I think I will.
You think not watching Ghostbusters is bad? You're not seeing Spider-Verse again.
Yeah, no, but I have seen a lot of it. Maybe just 10% of it is blocked out of my brain. Maybe that was the best 10%. Maybe that was the 10% that glued the whole film together for me. I don't know. But still, I accept it. It's probably a great film. For me, it just never clicked. So when the Mafex figures started to come out, they were the first real figures that we knew we were getting. They look great, don't get me wrong, but I didn't jump on them. I didn't think I needed them on my display. But I like the fact that this wave at least gives you those core characters straight away. Like in one wave, they're all there straight away. Because let's be honest, with Mafex, you're going to get Miles, but you'll probably wait 2 months to get Peter B. Parker, and then another 2 months to get Gwen Stacy. And I think she comes with Spider-Ham, doesn't she? Yeah. So like, I'm glad that in this wave, it's all four key characters in one. The only key character we're really missing is Spider-Man Noir. I think Nicolas Cage's Noir. But
the comic one from the Lizard Wave is a solid pass.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Like it passes for the movie version.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. It's like that's the one they're missing, but it's the one that sort of you can sort of fudge in your display already type thing. So I don't know, like these figures look great, but I didn't think I needed them. But now I've got the wave, I'm sure my mind will change. I need to rewatch the film, and then maybe I'll be happy I've got them. So but I think my favorite in the wave is Frogman. I'm not even gonna lie. But let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it. So the first one, of course, is Miles Morales. So obviously he is on a high right now, not just because of Into the Spider-Verse, but the PS5 just released, and everybody is loving the Miles game. So did I get the PS5? Have you seen how many plastic people are behind me? Have you seen how many pre-orders I have for figures? Do you reckon I can afford the PS5 and also keep up with this plastic addiction? Of course I can't. Of course I can't. I think it's one of them where I will get it because I play Warzone quite a bit with my mates at the minute. So we all want to get it, but we're all in our mid-30s with other mortgages and stuff. So it's like, it's going to have to wait. And I only play like 2 games. Like I haven't even brought.
I don't game at all.
Yeah.
So I was very happy that I didn't have to deal with the getting the PlayStation 5 stress.
I've played games casually my whole life because I'm in that generation, but I'm not a gamer. I'm not a gamer by any means.
I think somewhere in the house, probably in a box, bubble wrapped, I have a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 3. So technically, I'll just tape them together and there's my PS5.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You can sell it on eBay like that. PS5, and then in the small print, PS3 and 2
I might do
combined.
that just to see what happens.
Have you seen those scams that people do online where they sell like new tech when it's all really popular because people are all this new tech's on a high, so people would put like a PS5 listing on eBay, but then in the small print say that it's only the box, but because it's people are in such a frenzy to get these things, they just buy them. So they spend like £300, and then when it arrives, it's just the PS5 box. And then people are like trying to complain to eBay, but it like says in the description in the small print, you are buying the box. Do you know, like, so eBay can't do anything about it. And like those type of scams have been happening for ages, by the way. I wouldn't fall for anything like that, surely, but still, people do. People do.
But I mean, yeah, man, I love this figure. This figure is just the bee's knees. This is all pinless. If we're looking at it, it's all pinless. So those elbow joints gone. Those knee joints, pins are gone. Completely pinless. Dan, did I mention that this figure is completely pinless?
Not enough, my friend. Not enough.
It's completely pinless.
He's skipped leg day.
It has ab crunch, and he has a joint at the torso, at the hip, right, like a ball joint, which is similar to what we've been getting with our GI Joes.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So he has double the articulation, and yeah, I saw some people were like, "Oh, Miles looks so skinny." If they paid attention to the movie, he is. I mean, the animated design is exactly like that. He's sort of smaller and skinnier because I think he's only like 13 or something, and then Peter B. Barker is kind of like is much taller and
lanky. Yeah, I obviously only tease. I understand that it's the comic design, but he does look skinny. But so you sent me a link earlier for a lot more pictures of these, and it's like the jacket, two separate plastic pieces as well. It's not like.
Yeah, by the looks of it, I can't remember the Instagram's name, but I think Canadian collectors started to get this from a Canadian site, and it seems to be that the jacket, so that blue piece and the red piece, are two individual pieces. I mean, it just looks phenomenal, man.
Yeah, the head sculpts look great. The way that they're using that digital face printing tech, but for these animated characters, really does look good. Do you like the outfit they've chose for him? Do you know, because he had a few different looks throughout the film?
Yeah, this for me is like the definitive look for the animated movie version of Miles. I mean, yeah, sure, it would have been cool to get him in his entire Spidey outfit, but I'm much happier that they went with this because it is just him. It's signature Miles, from the hoodie to the jacket to the Jordans. My only thing with this figure is I would have liked open palm hands as well.
Yeah.
That's my only thing with Spider-Man figures is that it irks me if they don't have. I can see why it wasn't obviously incorporated, because when you think about all of the budget that must have gone to dealing with the pinless and the new joints and the articulation and the unique sculpting and stuff, I can see where the open palm hands would have been left out, and I'm hoping that the open palm hands we have from the other Miles figures will fit. But yeah, man, I just think it is just amazing.
Without a doubt, it looks great, and I think for anyone who maybe couldn't afford the Mafex or missed the Mafex are probably going to be very happy to see how good this figure looks for the price point. Because sometimes that is people's decision making. It's like the price is because people can't afford the higher one. So it's great that gives people fans of this film an opportunity to get Miles that looks good as well at a decent price point.
I mean, that's the thing. This is. I mean, obviously, none of us have the Mafex in hand yet, but this is really, really giving the Mafex a solid run for its money.
Well, I prefer the plastic top anyway. Do you know, like I'm not the biggest fan. You know me. I don't get the Mezcos and stuff like that, so I'm not a fan of the clothes on figures, especially Marvel Legends size figures. So I actually like that we're getting just that look, but it's all plastic and it's not going to fade or fall off or look weird on display. It's just nice and simple.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I love this film. It is easily my favorite Spider-Man film. So I did pre-order the other Mafex ones as well, as as part of my and I had to work that into the budget somehow, but by making cuts in other places. But yeah. But as I say, I think the difference though between the £60 difference that is between Legends and Mafex, I think Hasbro have done an amazing job here of making that seem like it's a much bigger jump than it is. If that makes sense.
I remember thinking that when the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 figures came out, I think, where you got Nebula and Gamora, and the face printing tech on those two for Marvel Legends was probably just as good or on par, even better, like you said, than the SH Figure Arts. So like it was then when I realised, okay, they can do it. It's just that they pick and choose, and obviously it's all about budgets. That's why we still get bookie caps and all of that. But again, without the MCU this year, we're getting Gameverse and Into the Spider-Verse, I guess. So that's where some of the budget's gone.
Cartoon Fanboy makes a point. He says the elbows are pinless since he's got the single jointed elbows. Question, Dan.
Yeah.
Would you rather have pinless elbows that are single jointed or pinned elbows that are double jointed?
But it depends how deep the single joint can go. Sometimes you can get a single joint that goes all the way up. So people only want double jointed elbows for the range. It's not like people like the look of double jointed. People don't go, oh, I like the actual aesthetic look on a figure of a double jointed elbow. People want the range for articulation and for posing and for pictures. So I don't think anyone's argument is the look, it's the range. So if the single joint has the same range that they could have got with a double joint, then it's a irrelevant question. It's like, surely it's range, right? Is that not the answer you were thinking?
No. This is exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's range.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Because I mean, I would take pinless anything, any day, anyway, over range, just because I love the aesthetic of it. But I agree with you that exactly the point that that it depends on the slice of the cut.
Yeah.
For the pinless joints.
Like some of the people complain that female Marvel Legends are not double jointed elbows, but some of them, can get a really deep cut with the elbow anyway. So it's like it's an irrelevant thing. It's like, why you don't need the double joint if the single joint does the same job. But let's get into it, talking about females, because this next one, of course, is Gwen Stacy. And it actually says Gwen Stacy on the box this time. It doesn't say Spider Ghost or anything weird. It actually says Gwen Stacy. And she comes with, of course, Spider-Ham. So last time, when in the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure wave, Hasbro made us buy Spider-Ham, the comic version of Spider-Ham, on his own in one box. So it's nice that this time we don't have to throw £20 to get just Spider-Ham. We now actually get it as a pack-in. So I quite like they've done that. And we still get 2 interchangeable heads for Gwen Stacy as well. They've not cheaped out in that regard either. So, and I really like this head as well. Even if you could use this on your comic display as well. Like, it doesn't need to be Into the Spider-Verse. Like, this is just a nice looking Gwen Stacy. Like, really like it.
Did they say she was new sculpt or
new parts? Yeah, new parts. So a lot of it is similar, but like ballet shoes down here, these are newly sculpted feet because of the sculpted ballet things. But I reckon the majority of the figure, like especially the up part up here, is all the same. Obviously the head's new, and it's a nice head sculpt as well.
I love that head sculpt. I think it is amazing.
And I like the hooded look as well. The hood actually looks really nice on the
and you can tell the difference where it has that more animated feel to it than it does the cartoon, not the cartoon, sorry, the comic-y feel. Just a few pointers in the chat that are interesting. Marcus said, I just realized that this Miles figure could have been better if the arms and legs have interchangeable parts for a suited Spidey. Not likely with Hasbro, but one can wish. I think that would have been the cost difference, between what you get with Legends versus what you get with Mafex.
I agree, yeah.
But it would be cool to see some of these parts reused. for the full-on spider suit.
And saying taking his hand, like, look at the Miles here. You could pull off his arms if you had interchangeable arms, and then slide the jackets off, but you're still going to have those trousers on. Do you know, like, so it wouldn't be difficult to do that look unless you're getting essentially parts for a whole new figure to put on. Do you know? So yeah, I get the point, but maybe that new. Oh, there's a new. What's it called? Someone in the comments help me out. Sentinel. There you go. There's a new Sentinel Miles Morales figure that's just went up for pre-order. It's a Comic and Cocktails exclusive in the UK, by the way. So if you want that Miles Morales Sentinel figure, go to Comic and Cocktails in the UK, and you can pre-order it there. And that's like the ultimate, probably the most. You can get all of the designs. Is essentially what I'm trying to say with the one figure. So maybe it is the ultimate Miles Morales figure, but. Again, now you got 3. But I've never got any Sentinel figures, so I don't know of their quality. I don't know of their work. No clue. So, and again, Miles for me isn't a character that I'm willing to test them out on. So, but someone else will. I'll be one of them where I'll be watching the YouTube videos, checking it out. But yeah, you can choose between Marvel Legends, Mafex, and Sentinel. And Sentinel may get the figure out quicker than Mafex at this rate. You never know. But yeah, let's go back to Gwen. Back to Gwen.
Rob Pollock, great to have you here, buddy.
Hello, Rob.
An interesting point. He says, I would like to see butterfly joints more often in a female mold. And this is one thing I would love to see with Legends going forward. Simply because with Lightning Collection and with the classified series, we're seeing butterfly joints on females.
Yeah. I think it's because the smaller torso. Again, I could be wrong. I could be talking out my ass, but I do think it's maybe because the same reason they don't give us double joints is because Dwight doesn't like the look of double joints on a female figure. So I think it may be an aesthetic choice rather than they can't do it. I don't know. You'd have to ask Dwight. Maybe we will on the next opportunity someone gets. They can ask why females don't. We can change the subject. So they finally give us double joints on a female. So let's switch it to now. Why don't you give us butterfly joints? We get Shartimus on it. He can take a G.I. Joe to Dwight at the next if we ever have a convention again.
I wonder if the other interesting thing as well is if I wonder if it's also because with Lightning Collection you're basically just getting the same figure over and over again. Not I'm complaining with whether it's a male ranger or a female ranger. So I can imagine it's easier for them to pump those out in that way than it would be for Legends, where you've got different female characters, different body types, different sizes.
Butterfly joints are there. They work.
Yeah,
maybe. As I said, only the Hasbro team can answer those questions, but it's a valid point. But yeah, good to see you, Rob. Good to see you as always. And J Fig says, can't we order these off, what is it? He said, GameStop or EB Games. So there's no GameStops in the UK and no EB Games in the UK. And I don't think either of them do anything to do with international shipping or anything like that. So the answer is no, we can't, unfortunately. Same with Walmart, same with Target, same with Walgreens. We can't get any of those. They don't deliver to the UK either, so we have to rely on our UK retailers. But thankfully, they're doing a great job anyway, so we're all good. But yeah, Comic and Cocktails, as Z-Man has explained, is a comic shop. They don't actually sell cocktails. It's quite misleading because I'd quite like to buy a cocktail with my action figures, as you know. But I'd definitely order a crate of Koppelberg with my Marvel Legends wave. I'd love to do that, by the way, in the same order.
I always had this image in my head that if Comics and Cocktails had a store, then there would be like a bar.
That would be so good. I've actually been to Comic and Cocktails, and I won't reveal what it is, but I couldn't see a bar there. Yeah. Disappointing. That would have been great though. I would have stayed there a lot longer if they had a bar.
Yeah.
But all right, so Gwen.
By the end of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they would just They're planning to get you really drunk at their bar, so you spend all your money on their toys. So it's quite a clever trick, actually. But right, Gwen Stacy, hit or miss? So it's a hit for me because they all look great. Yeah. And I suppose a hit for you. So comments, let us know. Let us know, hit or miss for Gwen. And we hardly mentioned Spider-Ham there. But as I said, we're not going to dive deeply into Spider-Ham. It's a pack-in with a wobbly head. Let's be honest. It's not a big deal. It's a pack-in. Yeah, it's a pack-in. They could have just not give it us and give us Gwen Stacy. But it's a nice little accessory there to stand with your Legends. And yeah, I know some people out there will complain about articulation, but who cares? I'm just going to have him standing next to them anyway. It's not a problem. So yeah. That's our thoughts on that. So what are the chats saying, Brandon? What are the chats saying?
We have hits from everybody so far. We got Blaine, Jamie, Phil, Z-Man, Bullet, Marcus, Jays, Jose, Radlam, Rob, Crazy Tune, Jose, Kevs, Collectibles, Jays Figs. Everybody is saying hit.
Wow.
Hit.
Even Brian. Where's Brian? He said miss last time on the miles, didn't he? So, so far hit for everyone. Happy days. All right, let's move on.
I think this is one of my favorite waves in a long time.
A lot of people have said that. A lot of people have said this is the most solid Marvel Legends wave in a long time. But you got to be a fan of this film, though. If you're not into this film, you're probably not going to have that mentality.
Yeah. The other thing is there's a couple of bits that doesn't make it an all-round thing.
We get into it.
I think my favorite all-around wave, the last time I bought the whole wave plus the Build-A-Figure, I think was that Fantastic Four wave.
That was at the start of last year as well. So you've won a whole year without buying the full wave. Interesting. All right. Todd had to say miss, didn't he? Todd had to say miss and ruin us. Todd had to say miss and ruin our streak of hits. But I understand. Next up, we have an impressive looking figure. I'm not going to lie. Now, this was done by May Schauf. May Schauf posted this as well, announcing that he made it. And let's get him making. Let's start a petition to get him making and sculpting all these Marvel Legends heads because this guy looks great. There is no denying that this is a great representation, spot on representation of Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse, especially the heads. I'm talking the heads, like so good. I still love the idea of kids and parents that don't understand the concept of a Build-A-Figure buy this figure, but then put the Stiltman head on the Peter P. Parker body because they think it's just an interchangeable head. So that always makes me laugh when they pack it like that. But still, there's that. Lots of hands as well.
That would be really funny.
Little cup. We haven't got a Marvel Legends cup before. Exciting times, people. It's a hit just for the cup, right? Am I wrong?
Absolutely.
But look at that. It does look very good. I like the half-on head as well. Are you disappointed we didn't get a full Spider-Man head?
Not really, because I would probably pose him I will probably pose him either exactly as you see him here now, or I will pose him with the Spidey head and the two-fisted hands as if he's about to pull the rest of the mask down.
No, yeah, I like that.
Those are probably the only two. That or the other pose I might have him in is with the regular head, one hand with the cup, and then a thwipping hand on the left.
Yeah.
So it's like he's like still sipping from his cup, but he's also getting ready to jump into action or something like that. I mean, again, they could have done it where they could have given us, full Spidey suits for Miles and for Peter. But I'm so happy that they went this way and really gave us those unique sculpts for these characters.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we need the full Spider-Man mask for this guy because it's not about Spider-Man. It's about the character behind the mask, Peter B. Parker, an old 40-year-something Spider-Man who's been through it and he's now sort of teaching what he knows to young Miles. So I like that. I like that we even get a second head because it's usually not the case, but I like that we get the options there. I like he's got the mishmash shoes as well. Nice little touch.
Yeah, exactly. And still with ankle pivot, man.
Yeah.
And good. It's pinless. And it has the ab crunch, and it has the. We need to figure out. Well, I can't remember the name for that ball peg at the. Look
at the waist there. It looks like he's got a ball joint. Like, do you know?
Yeah, that's something it is.
Yeah. So
he's got the ab crunch on the ball joint.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good.
I think the only thing with this one is that I'm hoping that Scott's Customs or GP Slot on eBay or somebody will do a jacket, a soft goods jacket, just because it make it that much more fun to pose.
It might look a bit thick though with those arms because those plastic arms may make it stick out a bit more.
My thinking is that I was thinking I would hope that they would be able to do just the jacket piece as opposed to the sleeves. But I think you're right in that it would then be difficult to.
Then you got to colour match it. Then you got to make it look like it blends in. Yeah. But I see what you're saying though. But again, that's where the Mayfix in. If you want stuff like that, you pay the little bit more.
Yeah, the Mayfix is coming as well, so I probably I'd probably just leave it at
And
that.
the Mafex might be the same scale. Like Mafex is like the scale for Mafex is jumps all over the place. To be fair, but it could be the same size as this. I'm assuming this is going to be a taller Marvel Legend than Miles or Gwen Stacy, so they've got to be in scale to some degree. But looking good. All right, so it's a hit for us for both. I reckon this is the best one out of all the Spider-Verse figures, by the way, just because of how spot on it is. I think such a unique take of Spider-Man as well.
I think Miles is pretty spot on as well. I love the fact that they went that same way with Miles as well. I think I like this one for its added accessories in comparison to Miles. Because it's got the extra pair of hands plus the cup.
Yeah.
I think if Miles had come with like a set of headphones or something like that, then that would have been really nice in the same way that this came with a cup. But yeah, I mean, Miles is a standout for me for this wave, but I agree, this figure is amazing.
All right, Sam, so you know what me and Brandon think, so what do you guys think? Is Peter B. Parker a hit or a miss for you guys? I think I only seen positive stuff when I was online. When this was revealed, you know what people are like? They usually jump to the forums and to the Facebook and the Twitters to be like, skip, miss, don't need. But I didn't see any of that for this guy. I've seen a lot of people pleasantly surprised by what a good job Hasbro done with it. So I'm surprised. I'd be surprised if we get any misses for this. So yeah, hit or miss on Peter B. Parker. Yeah, looking good. All right. Who's that you got in your hand today? Who's that you got in your hand today?
Oh,
is that a loyalist? Is that a loyalist?
Yeah, Mandalorian loyalist.
See, because I'm caught up with the Mandalorian now. So like,
yeah,
I don't know. I sort of like the idea, but it's hard to get right now. If anyone in the US can help me out, let me know.
Yeah, all I got this week was Black Series, so I'm just sat here posting Black Series figures. One thing I would really recommend to you while they're just going hit and miss, this Leia is amazing.
The Endor Leia.
Yeah, I gave her a lightsaber because I thought, she looks cool posing a lightsaber, but she's really good. And the Endor Han as well is really good.
I've pre-ordered him because I needed a decent Han to go with my Chewie. So
yeah,
but
that Solo figure is probably the best we've got.
Yeah,
and Leia. They're both.
I'm still waiting. I ordered mine from Star Action Figures. I ordered Han and the infantry. Is it the infantry trooper, the flame trooper from Mandalorian?
Oh, incinerator trooper.
Yeah, incinerator. That's the one. And I haven't got them yet. So hopefully next week maybe, because I know they're a little bit behind. But a lot of Todd had to say miss again, didn't he? He said miss. Just give me those new hands. LOL.
He said it would be loyalists as well.
Oh, Dante's here as well. I didn't even notice Dante's here. Hello, Dante. How you doing? Does he know Ryan's here? You might fire Ryan from the chat. We may have to kick Ryan out of the chat if he fires Ryan right here tonight. But yeah, we shall see. Shout out to we've got the Infinity Equation crew in the building. So make sure you go and check out their YouTube and their Friday night podcast. 50 shows in. I watched it this week. I'll watch it on the replay on my drive to work. 90 people here as well, people. 97 on my thing. We're let's try and get it to 100 people. If you want to share the love and put us in your Instagram stories or tweet about us or anything like that, much appreciated. And as always, super chats of over £4 or $4. You can get your tweet or your comment read out by Friday in the middle of the screen and interrupt me and I'll interrupt Brandon. You know the score. You've been here before. But yeah, £4 super chats. But yeah, nearly at 100 viewers. I'm liking it when we get that. Like it when we hit those numbers. Oh, there you go. The fire laser pants 81 is the hashtag is started. Hashtag is started. We may have to put on my trial next week.
Mark Tech said, "What's the fairly empty shelf behind you, Brandon?" So the shelf right above me is animated series 90s Spider-Man. The shelf sort of that probably looks a little bit empty is this one here because it's kind of like underneath me, if that makes sense, like there. But that's just my MCU shelf. It's only Hulk and I think Giant Man that have fallen off.
That's your MCU shelf for 2020. Let's be honest. Sad times.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed. Yeah, I hope like this is official now. Now that they've moved Scarlet Witch and WandaVision to 15th of January, 2020, we had no new MCU content. None. Yeah. Not one thing. Sad times. I won't say it. I was about to say it's the worst thing of 2020, but I don't want to get loads of hate. I'm sure lots of other bad things have happened this year. But right. Right, let's have a look. Oh, someone said, Z-Man said that they could re-release Miles and Peter in their full spider costumes in a 2-pack, maybe, which is an option.
That would be cool.
Which is an option, yeah, no doubt. And shout out Everett as well. Everett's in the building. Everett, we're talking about the Into the Spider-Verse animated figures. Yeah. Super chat, beautiful. Let's see if Friday wakes up. We got to wake her up. She hasn't worked all week. We need to give her a shake and see if she kicks into place. So give us a sec, Z-Man. And if Friday doesn't read it out, then I certainly will. Thank you very much. But without reading everyone's out, what was the majority for hit and miss on Peter B. Parker? I'm assuming a lot of hits.
Yeah, it was all hits. A lousy few.
Okay, here we go.
ZMAN12BAT donated £5 through Super Chat.
Thank you.
We could still get a full suit Spideys with a Peter Parker head as a 2-pack.
There you go. Thank you much, Z-Man. He just said, basically, I caught your comment before your Super Chat, but still, much appreciated. He said we could still get the full Spidey suits in a Peter Parker 2-pack. So, yeah, I do think they're going to give us more characters from Into the Spider-Verse, as they gave us Prowler, which was not an odd choice, but they could have very easily, like we mentioned earlier, repackaged Spider-Man Noir. Do you know? But they give us Prowler. So it makes me think they're more willing to dive a little bit deeper into the film. And a lot of villains did pop up. Like there's a female Doc Ock, I believe. Kingpin again. They have got a big Kingpin body they could reuse and give us an animated style head. Who knows? But I do think more Into the Spider-Verse figures are coming. The second film's coming out. Why not? Why wouldn't they? So we shall see. But thank you very much, Z-Man, for the super chat. Right, next up. Talking about it, I seen Rob was a fan of this one in the chat earlier. So it is Prowler, of course. Perfect segue, because I've just mentioned him. So this was an odd choice. I definitely wouldn't think they would have gave us Prowler. I thought they would at least, as I said, give us Spider-Man Noir maybe. But they gave us Prowler. And I'm not mad about it. Now we got like a sort of... Would you say he's a villain of the film? He sort of is a villain, isn't he? Well, he's just a good guy gone bad type vibe, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, I think Dwight had said that they wanted to go for Prowler because of... because they, I think he said something like, "Oh, here's a bad guy for your good guys to fight." But I'm really happy that they went through a Prowler, because I think Kingpin would have been too difficult to do in the animated kind of style. And then I think the only other one was Crossbones. No, not Crossbones. What am I talking about? Tombstone. And I think because Prowler is Miles' uncle, because he does have that moment in the movie where he kind of, spoiler alert, but he kind of takes a bullet for Miles. I think.
Laser Pants is at it again.
Laser Pants donated $4.
I let Friday read it out.
99 through Super Chat. Dante only collects McFarlane Kickstarter figures now. It's why he's so angry. #hire Laser Pants.
Okay, so thank you very much, Laser Pants, for the super chat. As I said, he will be our guest next week. He says Dante only collects McFarlane Kickstarter figures now. That's why he's so angry, because they obviously have no articulation. Hire Laser Pants #. So let's see if we can get that hashtag started. So yeah, I've seen Dante's a big fan of McFarlane. I don't know if you've seen any of the Infinity Equation podcast recently, Brandon, but Dante loves Todd McFarlane. Big fan. Never has a bad word to say about him. Watches all his videos multiple times just so we can absorb all that information about boxes. So yeah, Dante's a big fan, I've heard, of McFarlane. And hire Laser Pants. But yeah, back to Prowler. We're a fan. If they were going to make another villain, by the way. Oh, sorry, go on. What's Rob saying?
Rob said, I'm a big fan of Prowler. I love the colours of this version of him, but this figure is a big miss for me. His proportions are all wrong compared to how he looked in the movie. Yeah, I mean...
I can't think in my head, without looking at an image or going and watching a clip, I can't think how he looked. So for me, I'm not noticing anything that's wrong, because I haven't got a mind's eye version of Into the Spider-Verse Prowler. But he does look a little bit quirky. But I guess that was because it was animated. But I sort of see what he's saying, I guess. Bit of new sculpt on here. Those gauntlets are new, surely.
Yeah, he was. I think he wasn't like lankier, but I think he was kind of taller, maybe. I'm trying to find an image now.
Yeah, this is a terrible pose to show off this figure, by the way. So
yeah, I didn't think that was a good pose.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Some of the poses that they put them in are a bit questionable.
Yeah, I don't know who does them. I have to speak to Ryan. Ryan will know. Ryan Ting will know.
Fun plug. Tomorrow on Disney Plus is the new Marvel behind the scenes kind of series.
Oh yeah, indeed. 616, isn't it? It's called 616.
Yeah, 616.
Yeah.
And in that, one of the episodes is of toys, it looks at Hasbro and toys and merchandise and stuff. And I think Ryan shows like a behind the scenes of I think some of the images that usually go on the back, which are usually a lot better. But it's usually these product shots that can come across a bit.
Yeah, in the trailer, he was taking pictures of Doom, and he was like, lift the arm up a little bit. Or something yeah. I'm actually I'm very, very curious of watching that, because it's like a little behind the scenes look of the forbidden room of Hasbro where they lock all the secrets up, and you've got to get codes to get in through certain doors and stuff. But I'd love to be a fly on the wall there, because they've got to have planned at least a year in ahead, right? So if you work at Hasbro right now, you know what's coming out in a year's time and beyond. Like, that would be pretty good. We need to get Rectangular in there. We need to get him in with like a fake mustache and pretend he's like a cleaner. Or can you imagine like the Hasbro team are at a meeting in some big board room, and then you see like a window cleaner like slowly reel down behind them in the window, and it's like Rectangular with a fake mustache and a little stethoscope at the window. Like, that's how he gets all his information. Is that Rectangular actually pretends to be a window cleaner or a janitor or something like that, and he's like grabbing blueprints as he's leaving the room.
That's the amazing thing about it, though, because you got to think about it. Is that they wait, I'm confused. Jay's Fix says, "Oh, Brandon is making that at Disney money," and then Jay says,
"Oh, because you're promoting them, probably."
Oh, okay, yeah, I get you.
People joke that when you,
I was like, I'm being paid by Disney. Trust me, I would. I would love.
Where's my check? Let's go and check my mail.
Yeah, I would love that, but definitely worth checking out, because exactly as you say, Dan, it is amazing to think that they think about all of the concept art that they get sent over by Marvel Studios. Think about all of the because they have to plan like 12 to 18 months in advance, so they know all the costumes.
Sorry to interrupt, but
Friday's
speaking.
Killer donated $5 through Super Chat.
Thank you very much, Dante.
You guys, but
thank you, Dante.
Laser Pants 81 needs to be fired and replace him with you two awesome guys. Love that Frogman #fire Laser Pants.
Thank you very much, Dante. He says, big fan of you guys, but Laserpants81 needs to be fired and replace him with you two awesome guys. Love that Frogman. #fire Laser Pants. So yeah, we can basically turn next week into an interview with Laser Pants, but we'll refer to him as laser trousers only, of course. But yeah, Dante, we should, you and me should do a little UK takeover of the Infinity Equation podcast one day. Would you stay up late, Brandon, and do it? Or
yeah, that would be good fun. Rob Pollock, though, he just said, Ryan, I hear you're suddenly a free agent. Let's start a podcast. We can call it a single solution.
Look here, I've got a microphone here. Don't let me blow the dust off again. I'm ready to rap battle whoever's ready to go. Whoever's ready to go. Right, I'm trying to start it. Right, let's get back to it. Yes, Disney. Watch Disney Plus. Brandon gets paid to say so. So make sure the more views, the more money they send him. You see, that's how it works. Right. So Dante's super chat. Thank you very much. Just mentioned Frogman. So let's get into Frogman, shall we? Here he is. So of course he's on the Doc Ock body. And it's just a quirky, fun character. If you are mad about this, then go home, go to sleep, shave your head, go and visit your nan, do something else. But don't come here and spoil the fun for anybody else. Look how fun that guy looks. Who doesn't want a Frogman with flippers on your shelf? You know, if we're going to have Eel and Spy Master, why not Frogman? At least there's a fun, interesting character to have on the shelf. So Brandon, big fan of Frogman, right? Don't spoil it now, all right? Don't spoil it for me.
No. Firstly, we're 105 people in the chat.
Oh, babe, 100 people. Do you know what happens when we get to 100 people, right? Wait a second.
Here they come.
Wait a second. That one always bugs me. But hey, 100 people. Actually, that's all you get. That's all you get.
Just the flashing lights.
There you go. 100 people. Welcome, everybody. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. Both our Instagrams are on the screen, as always, and we're just talking legends. And if you want your comment read out by a robot called Friday, super chats of over £4 or $4, much appreciated. Help the channel grow, all that good stuff. But yes, back to Frogman.
Thor 2012 goes, Brandon don't want him. Lol. It's not that. I mean, look, I think exactly as Dan says, if you're in the world of like, what was it, Rock Python, Spy Master, all of your sort of your D, E, F, G, H, I, L, M, N, O, P list characters, then something like Frogman is definitely refreshing and different and fun. It's a unique sculpt. It's not like a Bucky Cap Spy Master. It just, for me personally, it's like, it's not my jam. Like, I would have loved this to have been like a wave. Like, I love those waves where I'm like, oh my God, I want every single figure. I want it right now, and let's go. That it just dampened that for me. But I still think it's a cool figure. I think it was a really nice touch in terms of, as I say, like a lower list figure.
Did you see that meme that people were saying that it's actually just Batman in disguise?
Yeah, because of the eyes.
It's actually just Batman in disguise as a frog. Batman's so disappointed with what McFarlane is doing. He's trying to get into the Marvel Legends line, but this is the only way Bruce Wayne could do it, is by disguising himself as a giant frog.
That is funny.
It does look like Batman's in there. So just to, because Brandon obviously loves Frogman so much, can we get some frog emojis in the chat, please? I just want to look at my chat and just see tons of frog emojis. So if you're in the chat right now, right, and you're next to a keyboard or you're capable of getting on the chat, just find the frog emoji and put it in there, please, because I just would like to see my chat with loads of frogs in it. I think that would be funny. Because yeah, I love this figure, just like Dante and other people. And Phil Jones says, Frogman, who is he? Of course I will do a who is he Frogman section. Of course I will. I will give you all that deep, in-depth knowledge on Frogman. But yeah, I think this is just a fun figure. You can't. As I said, bottom line is Marvel Legends are bloody toys. Yes, they're collectibles, but they're toys at the end of the day. And this is just a fun figure. Even if you just have no idea who he is, he's just a conversation starter, just something fun, just a fun villain. You can have any of your bad guys beaten up, and who cares? It's a giant frog. Or is it? Look at the chat.
Yes. And I'm excited for the ACBA with this. I think there's going to be some people in the community really going to take some cool, funny photos with this. And this is the first time on the stream just now that I realized that Frogman is a man in that suit.
Yes. I told you it's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Until you pointed out Bruce Wayne, I didn't realize that before.
Hang on. I'm switching to the chat on the screen for a minute just so I can see all these frogs.
Yes.
So I've kicked you off the screen and replaced you with frogs. That's what have happened. That's what we need to do. Brandon, can you just say ribbit for us, please?
Ribbit.
Nice. There you go. Look.
Ribbit.
I love it.
Ribbit.
Thank you very much, people, for entertaining my small brain. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. So many frogs. If you are new here, we've got 108 people. If you are new here, we like frogs on this channel. What can we say? I can't wait to open this guy and review him on the channel. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. So yeah, Frogman. I'm not even going to say hit or miss for this guy. I'm just going to assume if you like this guy, just give me a frog emoji, and I know you like this guy. That's all we need. My missus can hear everything I'm saying, by the way. She's only sat out there. She must be thinking, what the hell is he doing on his stream talking about frogs? Well, if you don't know, you don't know. That's what it is. Frogman is a man in a suit. It's Bruce Wayne. It's alter ego in the Marvel Universe. Should have a cup of tea and an accessory to do the Kermit meme. That's a pretty good. Gonna have to get myself a little teacup now to go along with my Frogman.
Think about the ACBA with this thing, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Look at them gonna really run riot with that figure. I'm excited for it.
That's Ben Affleck in a frog suit, Laserpants says. You're not wrong. I'm telling you, look, let me show you one more time before we move on. Let me just make the point one more time. Okay, so here's Frogman on the screen right now. And if we zoom, all right, you think it's just a frog, some sort of mutant frog. Some frog was in like a radioactive pot.
Okay, I think we had enough of Mr. Frogman.
Look at that. It's Batman in a frog suit. Come on now.
Let's throw Froggy back in the pond and move on to the
all right. Fair enough. Right, the next one then. Oh, by the way, before we move on, can I guess that this is the one that you didn't buy?
Oh yes, there you go. This is the one that I didn't get.
Boo!
Yeah, this is the one that I didn't get.
Anytime Brandon posts on social media now, people, all right, just don't even reply to him. Just give him frog emojis, all right. Anytime he posts an Instagram picture or a Twitter or wherever you find Brandon, just give him frog emojis now because he'll hate me for it.
They're gonna listen to you, man.
Hammer Brandon with frog emojis, all right, just for a while, just to annoy him. It'll be hilarious. Sorry, Brandon. I'm sorry, but I've got a small mind sometimes. Sometimes these little things tickle me. Right, moving on to hand ninjas.
This is the real I love the Spider-Verse figures, don't get me wrong. They're probably my most anticipated legends in a long, long time. But I love what they did with this. This was genius.
Yeah, this is Hasbro doing. It's like fan service for Hasbro because this is the type of stuff that we would want them to do, but they would never usually do. So
no one thought they were going to do this.
Exactly. So for once,
I remember us thinking about this, and people were like, "Nah, they'd never do that," and we were like, "No, this would be a gold mine."
For once, logic prevailed in the Hasbro boardroom because obviously Jesse Falcon is a massive Stiltman fan, and hand ninjas have been wanting for a while. So they may not be the hand ninjas that a lot of people desire, but I don't think they're bad at all. And yeah, it comes with the Stiltman legs. And I didn't realise how big those legs were. Like just one set of legs. Like some of the out of package photos I've seen of Stiltman, he's massive because and that's only one set of legs. So like I'm curious to know like how many hand ninjas are you buying? Who is gonna have the biggest Stiltman? Like that is something I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing. I want to see someone's Stiltman as big as their house. I want to see someone dangling out of their bedroom window holding Stiltman because he's taller than their house.
Did you see as well in those pictures where in those pictures from that Canadian collector, they showed the Stiltman out of the packaging, and it has like a clear oval shaped platform for it to stand on. Because I saw some people were like, "Oh, it's silly."
Does he actually come with that though? Which figure is that packaged in?
I mean, it looked like it in those pictures.
I seen that as well, and like you, I thought that's a great idea, but I don't think it comes in any box. I think Hasbro would have 100% mentioned that in their stream. If Stiltman came with a stand to stand on, they would have mentioned it. Instead, they said, if you get more than one set of legs on there, you might find him hard to stand. Do you know what I mean? So I do think that Canadian collector, that's just something in his photos. I don't think we actually get that. If someone in the comments knows otherwise, someone in the chat knows otherwise, let me know. But if I'm not mistaken, Hasbro were even telling us it's going to be hard to stand. They definitely didn't mention he comes with a little translucent stand. I said stand too many times, but you know what I'm trying to say. But you're right. They should have done that if they knew it was going to be difficult to stand. And I've been saying that we should get Marvel Legends stands full stop anyway. Just like little translucent stands for all those female Marvel Legends we have with heels, for God's sake. Stuff like that. We need... Like Neca do it. Neca release a pack of just stands. Why can't Hasbro do that? I know we'd recently got the flight stand, but we need like just normal, generic stands as well.
For sure. I think Black Series did a stand with... they did one with the Luke Stormtrooper.
The triangle thing.
Commander Obi-Wan, huh?
Is it a triangle thing where you stick your foot in it? It's like okay. I know what you're thinking of. Yeah.
But I think, as I said, judging by that Canadian collector's Instagram, it seemed like it was like a Hasbro, little oval-shaped thing for it. But then again, I wonder why they wouldn't have put that in the package shot if they did include it. So maybe they didn't. But anyway, as you said, I think this is solid. Just zoom out of the things again.
Zoom out. See
the other accessories. Does it come with? It doesn't come with fists.
Nope. It comes with like sort of scary claw hands, like he's doing a tiger pose, and then grippy hands. No fists, and they're skin tone hands, which isn't a problem. But in a lot of the comic art for hand ninjas, they are just gloves. And it'll be better with gloves as well, because then you don't know who's behind the mask. You don't know what like ethnicity or anything. Anyone could be behind the mask then. But once you've given skin-toned hands, now all your hand ninjas are just going to be white guys. Do you know, like... So I reckon it would have been better to just give us gloved hands. And then that way, if you wanted to do custom heads or something like that, you could do whatever you wanted. Do you know, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
But I guess it's because this face is skinned. I'm actually... Do you know the face?
Question.
Go on.
Have you mentioned to Amanda how many of these hand ninjas you're going to be getting?
No, not at all. No.
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 How many have you ordered?
I'll have to do sign language. Oh, do you know what? It's not so bad because I can. 3 doesn't sound like a big number. Currently 3.
How many do you think I should go for?
I'm going for more than 3, by the way. It's just that so far I thought I'd still be able to pre-order some, like later in the day or the next day. These went straight away, straight away.
They sold out instantly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought I'd be able to get more than what I did. I ordered a wave, obviously, so you got 1 were there. And then I went somewhere else and ordered 2 because it was 2 limit. And then I thought, I'll wait a little bit and I'll find somewhere else. And I was going to look at an Amazon, but they're gone everywhere. Sold out everywhere so far from in the UK that I can find. So if someone knows otherwise, let me know in the comments. Yeah. But
Mrs. Hero in the chat said no hand ninjas for you.
Oh dear. Oh, okay. That's why you mentioned that. She's around.
I mean, I know you got 3, but I didn't get any because they sold out so quick. And
you just said.
I tried really hard. I looked everywhere, Dan, and I just couldn't get any. It was such a shame, honestly.
Didn't you just say like 5 minutes ago that you wanted a stilt man bigger than your house? That was something you said, right? You're going to need a lot of hand ninjas. I'm thinking double digits at least.
Well, I might have to borrow some of your stilts, you know.
Okay.
And I might have to make my own little stilts or something.
Please donate your Stiltman legs to Brandon, please, because he's not allowed to buy any hand ninjas.
All those hand ninjas sold out, and I didn't manage to get any. In fact, Dan, I didn't even pre-order the wave.
Oh, what a shame! What a shame! What a shame! You don't need these figures anyway, Brandon. You don't need. Just if Mrs. Hero is in the chat. I don't know if you missed it earlier, but he's a big Frogman fan. Frogman's probably his favourite character. And out of all the figures in this wave he would want, Frogman is the one for him. So if you want to get Brandon something special this Christmas, Frogman. That's all I'm saying. Frogman, it'd be a happy... Imagine Brandon's face at Christmas, opening it up. Frogman.
Laserpad says Dante ordered 10.
Oh yeah, do you know what? He said that in the podcast this week. He ordered 10 straight up.
Really?
Did you order 10 from like one place, Dante, or did you shop around?
Because for us, did
everywhere was limited. Everywhere was limited. Nowhere would let you order more than 2.
Yeah. See, I didn't think they were going to sell out that fast.
They've got Pulse though. In the US, they've got Pulse, so they can order like up to 10. That's what they do. So I assume that's how Dante's done it.
Yeah, if I thought about it, I would have gone 2 with In Demand, 2 with Comics Cocktails, and then 1 at Star Action Figures. Because I think 5 is 10 is a bit much, but I think 5 is a solid figure for army builders.
Yeah, like. For these, who are you going to stand them with on your shelf? And the comments and the chat can answer this question as well. Like, so we've got hand ninjas. People have been wanting hand ninjas for a while. You can do some ACBA. Sorry, I should probably zoom out and instead of looking at this face for a second. But yeah, we've had people have been wanting hand ninjas, so you can stand them with Daredevil or Elektra or Spider-Man or I don't know. Throw some other characters at me. Who would you have your hand ninjas with, Brandon?
So this is the thing, right? So for me. I'm a bit on the fence because, so the way I usually do it with army builders is like I'll have a couple that are on the shelf, but then the rest I have in like my own army builder box. So I won't have. It's like say if I did get 5, not that I have, not that I will. But say if I did, then I wouldn't have all 5 on the shelf. I'd only have like 1 or 2. But mine will probably go. I would probably put mine on the Spider-Man shelf.
They're street villains, ain't they? They're street hero villains.
I would probably put them on the 90s animated shelf because that's where I've kind of got Daredevil and Moon Knight. And
I don't think there was any. There was never hand ninjas in the animated show. Not that it matters. You can do what you want with your display, but you're just saying that made me think like, was there ever hand ninjas in that show? And I don't think there was. Daredevil did appear once, so maybe in the episode with Daredevil, but I can't think. But no, you're right. Street villain heroes type. Marcus G even says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You could. Did you ever get any of those articulated icons? The ninjas from the Foosh.
I didn't. I think I tried to once. I think I was gonna like order a bunch of them, and then by the time I think I added them to the basket, I think like the shipping charges, was it? Or I think we might have spoken about the import charges or something. I got some sort of charges to do with the shipping. Made me go, no. I got
hit hard with imports. Like
that was it, because you got them, didn't you?
Yeah, I got hit hard. Like I only ordered 5, and I got hit hard with import. I'm talking three-digit number for import charges, and I'm like, what? So it put me off ordering any more. So I got rid of a couple of the solitaires because I ordered 2 of the solitaires. Got rid of them. That was like their modern ninja with the goggles and stuff. So I eBayed them off, but I've still got 3 ninjas that at the minute flank Elektra on my MCU shelf, because obviously Elektra in the Daredevil TV show, hand ninjas, you know the score. So those articulate icons I've got are going to stay on my MCU shelf with Elektra and Daredevil, and then these hand ninjas will be in my comic sort of realm with my Daredevil, comic Elektra, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Defenders type vibe. I think that's where these guys will end up. But Marcus, you even said Wolverine or Bullseye. They're all good shouts. Yeah.
Just one other interesting thing. Laserpants said, I have about 40 articulated icons. I'm really curious right now. Everybody in the chat, what army builder do you have the most, like, troopers or soldiers or whatever of? And how many of those do you actually have? Mine is probably clones. I probably have about a lot of clones. Other than that, I think the only other thing that I've got is probably scrolls after clones. But any line, any franchise, anything, I'm curious, just while we're on the topic, just see who in the chat has what.
40 articulated icon ninjas is a lot. Do you have 40 of the same colour, Ryan? Or do you have like little squadrons of different colours?
Right?
Because I've got the black ones. So if I had to guess what colour the Hasbro ones would have been, I think it's probably on record somewhere, on a stream somewhere, that I said the Hasbro ones would be red, because it's like the most obvious choice. But now they've made the mould and now they've created the figure, we're going to get those hand ninjas again in a different colour. They said army builders are going to continue into next year. Maybe we'll get a black hand ninja or a white hand ninja or a blue hand ninja or whatever next year at some point at the cheaper price point. But what colour would you have preferred, Brandon? You happy with the red or?
Yeah, I'm happy with the red. I think if we're going to get a repaint, I would like grey or black.
I like black. Black, I just think more neutral, sits in theme with more characters.
Yeah, for sure.
But I sort of agree with Articulated Heroine. Shout out to Rich, by the way. I prefer... I like them standing with Elektra. I don't know why. Just Elektra was always flanked with ninjas and stuff like that. So I like mine. So I'd need comic Elektra here. I've got it here on the shelf. Looking pretty lonely at the minute. But she's in red. And I think some nice red hand ninjas would go flank Elektra pretty good. And you know me with my even numbers. I need an even number flanking her either side. So I've got 3 so far. That's not an even number, is it, Brandon? It's not an even number. So I need to find some more.
I need one more. I saw someone said Smiths are going to be getting them. So if my local Smiths, I will probably buy out a lot.
Oh, okay. I've just seen Articulated Heroine. So yeah, he said Smiths are supposed to be getting them in January if you're still looking for them. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. So I've actually got a Smiths in Coventry. So, and then there's one in Birmingham as well. So.
Laserpants said I have about 30 Black Series Stormtroopers. Rob Oliver said 3 Cobra Island Troopers. Waldir says 10 Hydra, 10 AIM. Kev says he's got 4 Iron Man suits.
Mark Tat's clearly not here because Mark Tat would be winning. Oh, is he here? There's Mark Tat. Mark Tat Customs. We're talking about army builders here. I think you need to speak up. I've seen the pictures, but Laserpants, those two may have to have a battle for the crown because Laserpants seems to have quite a lot there. So let's ask the question and talking about how many of all these you're buying. How many hand ninjas you're getting, people? 20 Cobra Island Troopers. Now, okay. So that is why we call him the Army Builder King. Let's be honest. So Tac Customs has 20. They're selling at about £100 a pop currently. So you have 20 of them. So you are technically have about £2,000 worth of Cobra Troopers right now, Mark. So yeah, that is why he's called the Army Building King. 20 Cobra Troopers. Wow. Laserpants isn't taking my title yet, he says. All right. I agree. The title's still yours, Mark. The title is still yours. You win. You win. But how many hand ninjas are you getting is my next question. To both Ryan and Mark, and to everyone else. How many hand ninjas getting? So Brandon, we've found out, is getting none. He's not a fan. He only wants Frogman. He wants an army of frogmen.
That's true. I might end up only building that Frogman.
I want an even number. So you know me, I probably 6. 6 is my nice range for builder figures. Nice range. Forbidden Planet were good to him. They actually come in stock in Forbidden Planet. When I went to the link on Forbidden Planet for those troopers, those island Cobra Island troopers, it said discontinued. So they must have been pre-orders.
When they first went up, they were.
Yeah.
They were...
Wow, you lucky guy. Lucky guy, Mark. Lucky guy.
And you know the thing I found about Forbidden Planet? They charge £5 for the shipping, right? But if you order multiple figures in a wave, they ship them as they come into stock. But they only charge you for shipping once.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
So like, say you order like 4 different figures and say they come into stock, across 4 different weeks. They'll ship out the first one to you and charge you the shipping on top. And then the following 3 figures, you just get for the price that you pay for the figure.
One sec. So I was just looking at something, but I've rarely ordered from Forbidden Planet, by the way, and I just got stopped in my tracks because Action Figure Expert says he has over 2,000 clone troopers. Did you accidentally put an extra 0 because 2,000? Where do you even put to them?
Wait, what? 2006-inch clone troopers? No way. 2,000.
Where do you put them? Do you have another house where these troopers live?
Crazier? That's like $20,000 worth of figures. If it's a 6-inch $20 one.
Okay, scroll down a little bit further, and he says he has over 300 Cobra troopers.
That is mad.
Yeah, that escalated quickly. Okay, that guy's Action Figure Expert. You are a rich man.
Oh, Laserpants says he's talking 3.75 clones.
Okay.
That is loads.
Just change the game a little bit. Doesn't take Mark's crown then, because we're talking 6-inch, but still, you can be the Army Builder King of this 3.75 scale. You can have that. But okay. So what were people saying? So a few people said none. So a few people ain't even like Rob Oliver. He says no red ninjas. A few people said 2. Crazy Toon says 2. Air Extreme says 6. Laserpants says only 2. I'm not too keen on the book. I do think the book's going to be better in hand than the pictures are showing. I think. I do think there's more under the outfit articulation-wise than we can currently see. So I think people's opinion may change when we get it in hand. But yeah, we're getting a 2... So it's always interesting because I always think even numbers, but a lot of people are saying 3 and 5, which is sort of the Brandon way. So yeah, no wrong answer there, people. No wrong answer. Okay, so where are we at with our pictures? Where are we at? So that was it. That was the full wave. Let's just talk about Stiltman. But we sort of have already talked about Stiltman because, as we've just said it with the hand ninjas, he comes with the legs. So obviously full wave, you'll be getting Stiltman. So a quick hit and miss on Stiltman. We don't need to get into the details. I'll do a whole Who Is He segment when I get Stiltman in hand. But he's just an off-the-wall sort of, I don't know, not Z-list, but one of the lower-tiered villains. Quite quirky. In his briefcase is lots of money, by the way. We found that out as well. Spoiler alert. But yeah, quick hit and miss on Stiltman. And if you say hit, then I'm assuming you're buying the whole wave or trying to track it down. But hit or miss on Stiltman, and then we're getting to some X-Men for the last part of the stream. The Brandon Way, Bullet74 says. Sounds like a Star Wars quote. The Brandon Way.
Yeah, I'm excited for Mandalorian tomorrow. And the other thing I was going to say, what was I going to say? Trying to remember.
Okay. Well,
I'm trying to remember the last Spider-Man bath that I built. Help me out. What are the last few Spider-Man baths that we've had? Stiltman, Hobgoblin.
the last one was the demo goblin, right? With the glider, the demo goblin.
Yeah, because I don't think we had another Spidey wave this year, did we? Other than the retros.
At the start of the year, it was it was Demo Goblin and who? Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's it. We had another Deadpool wave instead of that second Spidey wave.
Yeah, and then what was Spider-Man waves last year?
Kingpin and I'm turning around to look at my display.
I'm trying to think.
Was that SP/SDR or was that 2018?
No, that was 2018.
Maybe it was just Kingpin then, because we did have the Venom wave last year for a change. What's up, toying around? Kevin's in the building. How are you doing, my friend? All the way from Canada. Spoiler alert: Kevin will be on the show very, very, very soon. We're going to be having an unboxing special, and then we may even jump over onto his stream. Who knows? Who knows? We shall find out very soon. But let me read out some of these hit and misses for the Stiltman. So Phil Jones says hit. Air Extreme says hit. For 2012 says Stiltman is a definite hit. Tickle Me Toes says miss. Jamie says hit, but definitely getting the whole wave. Laser Pants hit. ... Maybe. Indecisive. I don't like that, Laser Pants. I don't like that. Tat Customs. Hasbro's have done a good job making this look good. Toys-R-Us. Oh, is that because you can buy the Build-A-Figure separate? Hit for me. Articulated Heroines. Hit. Dante, Dark Joker Zin says hit. Serial TV says hit. 6 foot tall hit. Wallace Vegas hit. Marcus Shee, he's looking at for 2012. And Brandon has disappeared for a minute, but he'll be back. He'll be back. There you go. I told you he'll be back straight away. There he is. There you go.
Can you hear me?
We can see you. We can see in here.
So I have the chat open on my phone, and my phone slid and put my laptop to sleep.
Oh dear!
It hit the power button and put my laptop to sleep.
Well, you weren't asleep for long. You're back now. Honestly, it wasn't long. We hardly noticed it. Brandon, Dan, do you guys have any of the Neca Mirage turtles? We don't, Everett. We don't. I have all the comic and the movie. Rob Pollock, thank you for joining us as always, and we shall see you on the next one, Rob. Thank you very much for stopping by. Shout out to Rob Pollock, as always, last week's guest, where we just talked about everything. Go and check out last week's 2-part stream if you want some background noise for your next journey to work or whatever, however you listen to podcasts. Last week's stream, Rob joined me and Brandon, and we just talked about everything. Loads of different brands and stuff. Go and check it out. All right. Rob Oliver says, Miss Ryan, Dante, Todd, and Bobby, thank you. I got my 12-inch. Oh, so he says miss for the Stiltman, but he actually won their competition. Did you see their fourth wall breaking Deadpool prize?
No.
Okay, so it was a 12-inch Deadpool, but Bobby had writ all over it with or Deadpool had writ all over it with a paint pen, and it was like a big heart with Hasbro loves rectangular, and Deadpool likes to watch Dante poop, and
really?
It had Ryan Ting's number on there. It was pretty funny. It was Rob Oliver. You'd have to post it on Instagram so people can see it and share it in your stories. But yeah, it looked fun. And keep it in package. That's a mint and card prize. All right, sound. So let's get into this next bunch, and we'll jump through these nice and quick because me and Brandon haven't read the story. But we're getting into the X-Men.
Hold on.
Okay.
A good point. Wait, is it? Yeah, look, there it is. Hold on, stay there.
Okay, I'm staying. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. I've run out of drink though. I need a butler. Right, Laser Pants. Can your son? Can I hire your son to be my butler? Because I need a drink. Oh, okay. That's the picture I've just shown.
Yeah, I put it at the front of my comic box earlier this week so that I could.
That comic cover. That is a very nice comic cover. And soon, Brandon, if you choose to buy them all, you will be able to buy. You will be able to have every figure on that cover in figure form, because now we know the whole wave. The whole wave has been revealed, and they did. I've seen some people online speculate maybe there's an 8th figure. There is no 8th figure. They said in their stream, this is the whole wave. The only thing left to be revealed is the Builder figure. So speculate if you will on the Builder figure. But now we know we're getting Magneto, Professor X, Moira, Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey, and Omega Supreme. Now I think this is a great wave for like anyone jumping on board or any casual fans of X-Men, or it's a nice starting on point where you can literally get a lot of the main characters off the get-go. Now, it may not be their most recognizable costume designs, but you're getting a Cyclops, you're getting a Wolverine, you're getting a Jean Grey, you're getting Professor X, you're getting Magneto, do you know? So it may be a modernized version of these characters, but I do think it's a great jump on point and a great full wave of X-Men characters. Now, I'm assuming you're a fan, Brandon, since you have the comic, but you liking this wave?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like, yes, absolutely liking the wave. I think obvious and great character selection. I especially like that they went for the Omega Prime to go with Nimrod.
And I hope she comes with interchangeable pieces, so you have the normal head as well.
Yeah, but I think this is coming out of this. You know, like for me, this is going to be Omega Prime. I will definitely get. And then Moira I will definitely get because she's a new character. As for the others, I'm just so on the fence because I don't need those versions of those characters. I really, enjoy the comic and everything, but I don't need them. I've got definitive versions already, so I'm on the fence. So I'm definitely in for 2 out of the wave. But I'm still umming and ahhing about the rest.
Okay, well, let's quickly jump through them then. Let's quickly jump through them and we can talk about them as we jump through nice and quick. And we won't spend too long on these as we go through these, but let's give them all their little highlight because these were revealed for the first time. So Cyclops was revealed this week. This is just a digital render. It actually makes the Bucky Cap body look completely different, but it is the Bucky Cap. Yeah. And yeah, he seems to have like new Gauntlet pieces. And it's a modernized look for Scott Summers. But yeah, like you said, this isn't my definitive version of Cyclops. So it's not essential, but I'm buying the wave. I'm getting that Sentinel. I want the Builder figure. I've got Nimrod, so I'm going to be buying this storyline as well to read, and I need to catch up. Apparently, it's probably one of the best. From what I've seen online and people's reactions, it's one of the best modern X-Men stories. And correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but that's the sort of vibe I'm getting. So yeah.
I think the other. I wish it wasn't another Cyclops on another Bucky Cap.
Oh, super chat.
Through super chat.
Thank you very much.
Needs a Karima sharpened our head for Omega Sentinel or I riot.
So thank you very much, Articulated Heroines. He says need a Chimera. Is it Sharpender? Am I saying that right or completely wrong? Embarrassing myself. But I say Chimera, for the Omega Sentinel or I riot. Yeah, I agree. So basically, I don't have a picture to show you, but you can Google it. Go and Google Marvel Omega Sentinel, and you'll see that the character behind that is like, I think it's an Asian girl. I could be wrong. Again, if I'm wrong, Articulated Heroines, let me know. But I believe she's like an Asian, big, long brown hair, and she is the head. The alternative look, essentially. So Dwight did say in the stream that she would be coming with some interesting pieces, accessories. So I do think she's coming with an interchangeable head, and hopefully it's the Kamara one. But we will get into that. So let's go back to the pictures real quick. So Cyclops, looking good, but it's a new design for Cyclops, going to take some getting used to. That's fine. Wolverine, on the other hand, this is on the Weapon X body, or the X-Force body, sorry. So it's got the better claws, and this is a solid body for Wolverine anyway. It's just with the brown and yellow, which is a bit of a wink to the old school look, because Wolverine was in the brown before he was black and blue and all of that. So it's like a modernized modernized Wolverine with a old school influence, old school flavor. So yeah, I like the head swoop as well. I like the pose. Maybe we're getting an interchangeable head or an unmasked head. We don't know yet. We haven't seen the accessories. Sometimes you don't know any of the accessories you get with these figures until you see the box art, because the box art reveals what's inside. So yeah, we shall see. But I'm liking this Wolverine. Let's be honest, they're giving us an X-Men wave. We knew we were going to get Wolverine. So here's our new Wolverine that was inevitable, just like Thanos. Marvel Girl, however, is a very welcomed addition. Now, I know she's getting the Marvel Legends Whisperer Rectangular has already leaked pictures of test samples from the factory, maybe.
Yeah.
Where it's like the boots are not sculpted on; they're just painted yellow over some like slippers or whatever. But taking that out of the equation, it's a look we have needed an update of for a while. I always wanted the Marvel Select version because it came with those the mansion gates, but she's impossible to find on the aftermarket because of that reason. So I haven't got the Marvel Legends preview, the Toy Biz version either. So this is a welcomed addition and another look for Jean Grey. But Marvel Girl is a character within itself as well. So happy with this one. And then here is the Omega Sentinel, which we mentioned again. Sort of an accomplice to Nimrod, if you will. So if you've got that free pack, that Nimrod free pack recently, then I'm sure this is going to be a character you're going to want to stand with him on the display. And again, Dwight did say that this one comes with some good parts. So like Articulated Heroine said, hopefully she comes with an interchangeable Kamara head. We shall see. And maybe interchangeable arms as well, because I know she has different look as well. But we shall see. But there is our full wave. Sorry, what was that?
I'm really excited for that Omega Prime.
Yes,
just to pair it with Nimrod.
Yes, I was pleasantly surprised with that reveal, to be honest. I know it had been rumoured, but it's always nice to get it confirmed. But yeah, I like getting new figures. I've always said I like new characters. So in that wave, my most underwhelming figure is probably Magneto, but we've had him in the black and purple, with either black and red, then with the blue, the red and purple. Let's be honest, the white was inevitable because it's the Future Foundation version anyway. Whatever. So that's probably the most underwhelming figure, but I'm not mad about it. It's just another Magneto. But I like new characters. We've not got a Moira in any scale. And they've also said that she comes with some interesting parts, so you can change her look. So she probably looks like a different era, because I know Moira in this storyline is reincarnates. So she's in different timelines. So I think the accessories for her, I'm guessing you can pop off that head, that sort of scarf, neckerchief piece, maybe the arms, and put on a jacket and a different head maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe a lab coat, we shall see. I'd like a lab coat, by the way. But yeah, I'm liking Moira and I'm liking Omega Sentinel, like you said, to stand with Nimrod. But yeah, just your overall thoughts looking at that wave as a whole, Brandon.
Yeah, I think definitely getting Omega
Sentinel.
Definitely getting Moira. I think the thing is that this is a wave that is like an all-star wave, exactly as you said. You know, these are all popular characters in new designs. If you're a fan of the books, or even just a fan of that front cover. I mean, before I knew anything about that story, I just saw that front cover and was like, I need to get it because I love the art.
I thought, by the way, just to interrupt, I thought that it was Cyclops in the front. I didn't know that was Professor X I didn't know it was Cerebro or whatever. So yeah, it's good. I need to read the story, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and because I think I remember reading it when it first came out, or at some point, but I hardly remember what happens. And I'm looking at that wave, thinking it is like that wave. Have you ever heard of the cheerleader effect?
No, explain to us, Brandon. Let me switch the camera. You can tell us the cheerleader. I like it when I learn things. Go on.
So I learned this when I was studying abroad in Miami. So the cheerleader effect is apparently when you see a group of girls and you've got you got a group of girls and some of them are good looking, but not all of them are like the most spectacular person you've ever seen, right?
Okay.
But the cheerleader effect is apparently when you have a group of good-looking people look even better looking because they're all good-looking.
Oh, okay. As in, like, collectively. collectively, you can go from you could be a 7, but if you're in a group of 7s, you're all 10s. Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
That was the way it was. I'd never heard of it before. I'd never looked at anything like anyone like that before. But that was the way it was explained to me when I was there. Anyway.
I thought you were going to go, if you put a girl in a cheerleader outfit, instantly looks better. But I was gonna challenge that and go, I don't think that always works. But
no. That's just how that effect was explained to me.
Okay.
This is similar in that way, in that all of these figures, despite them being similar characters that we've had before, they're new deco, new sculpts, of those characters, and so each of them are like, I fancy getting that one. I could really enjoy getting that figure, because they all have that fun play factor. You know how I always say to you that nowadays I'm trying to base my purchases on play and fun.
Yes.
Factor. All these figures have that factor, but the only thing that would prevent me getting most of them from the wave is cost and space. I have 3 X-Men shelves, 90s, modern, and 2 X-Men shelves, sorry, 90s and modern, and I don't know where I would put these figures. I just about fit Nimrod on the shelf.
Where are you going to put your Sentinel? He's going to have to lie down on the shelf.
That is a...
You're going to have a dead Sentinel just lying vertically, it's horizontally on the shelf. And by the way, I just want to laugh at some of these comments. So Kevin Toying Around says, Brandon's dancing around the word and is laughing at you. Z-Man says, Brandon's Bizarre Adventures, Miami Crusades. That's our spin-off show. Articulated Heroin says, that's why Dan keeps you on the stream, Brandon. The cheerleading affects him. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Marcus G, I feel like... the agony is applying. The analogy is applying more to Dan and Brandon, talking about being 7s Limo. Any JoJo fans? Z-Man says, I don't know what that's about. But Todd jumps back in and keeps us on track, keeps this train on the rails, and says, I need Jean Grey Marvel Girl. So do I. So I'm not going to go through all of these hit and miss because we're running on. But let's just go. So we don't even know the Build-A-Figure yet, right? So let's just say you had to pre-order this now, and the Build-A-Figure is a mystery, right? Would you pre-order it? Are you pre-ordering even though you don't even know what the Build-A-Figure is? If this went up for pre-order today, would you pre-order this wave? That's the question I'm asking. So if you say hit, you're pre-ordering it, even not knowing what the Build-A-Figure is, because you're happy with these 7 figures regardless. So hit or miss. Brandon, what are your thoughts?
So
could be a great Build-A-Figure. Could be.
Yeah, if these went up for pre-order tomorrow, I would order Moira, Omega Sentinel, and Marvel Girl. Simply because Omega and Moira are the ones that I definitely want. Marvel Girl I think would be the most at risk of selling out. And then I would probably err on the side of caution, because I could get lucky with these and know that there'll be, $15, $10 dollars on Amazon in a few months.
I think though, because this is coming out with the Sentinel, I think the Build-A-Figure is going to be related to the Sentinel, because they keep saying that it's coming out at the same time and blah blah blah. We get an Omega Sentinel in this wave. I think if you're getting the Sentinel, this is a must wave for you, because just for that display out on its own.
And that's why I think I will end up getting the whole wave.
Yeah.
To put it simply.
If anyone has any guesses for the Build-A-Figure as well, throw them in the comments, because I've not read the book, so I ain't got no guesses.
But I think I think I will get the whole wave, but I think I'm just gonna try and be smart about it, right? Because look at the Gamerverse 2 wave, right?
Yeah.
That wave on Geeky Nerd Toys in the UK they've already discounted most of the wave down to $14.99.
Yeah.
You imagine if we'd just waited a few weeks to get I only got Falcon and Kang anyway from that wave, and Jocasta, but if we'd waited a few weeks and gotten the rest, I'm
too impatient, Brandon. I'm too impatient. I've got a YouTube channel as well, And
then that's the thing.
I need content.
And that's the thing. I know that when the hype gets to me, I might just say, yeah, sod it, let's get the whole wave. And when they reveal the Beth, I think Jay's Figs is a really nice point. I think the Beth should be an Ultron comic. I don't know if Ultron has anything to do with the story. I know he doesn't have much to do with the X-Men, but I would love that. The other thing I thought was it'd be cool if we got another version of the Sentinel as well, like a bigger, like
maybe like a different version of Sentinel Prime. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because there are overlooks. We are getting the male Sentinel Prime as a tier with the Sentinel we've just ordered, but there are overlooks as well. But I'm just laughing at Articulated Heroine's comment because he said I'd pre-order a case now. Give me my 2 Wolverines because without a doubt, Wolverine is going to be the double pack of this wave, which is he's not wrong. And Articulated Heroines, you must be a massive fan of this wave because, as you know, he only collects female figures, and you got Moira, Marvel Girl, and Sentinel Prime. We don't usually get that much female love in a wave, so that's not bad. That's getting good.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
A lot of hits as well, by the way. Todd Rectangular hit, Zach Legend hit, 42012 plus Ultra hit. Kev's Collectibles, maybe. He's on the fence. I don't like that, Kev. You need to be more decisive. Phil Jones says hit. Bullets 74 says hit. Crazy Toon Productions says pass. Only like one figure from this wave. And again, I think anyone, like we've mentioned previously, Brandon, anyone who's not read this story and already got some of these characters and doesn't care about having the builder figure or whatever it may be, this could be an easy pass because we've already got all these. Well, apart from obviously Moira and Omega Sentinel, we have other versions of these characters in our display already. And if you don't know who Moira and Omega Sentinel are, then I can see you wanting to skip it. Maybe.
Yeah. The other interesting thing is that this is similar to the Age of Apocalypse wave, right? If it isn't up your street, you're not going to get it, which is absolutely fine because Age of Apocalypse would have already come out and that would have been up your street. Think about what Todd said. He's only after Marvel Girl because the only one that he needs for his what he likes about his collection would be Marvel Girl. Same way that for me, the only one really that I would need or like for my collection is Moira and. Can
I test your knowledge? Because I like testing your knowledge. You've got your knowledge goes deep. So Articulated Heron's just commented first 3 lady wave since the Juggernaut wave. Can you name the 3 ladies that were in the Juggernaut wave?
Yes, Jean, Phoenix, and Kitty.
See
what am I talking about? Rogue, Phoenix, and Kitty.
I never doubted you for a second, Brandon. I never doubted for a second. I knew that knowledge would be there, the tip of your brain, ready to say. Articulated Heroes is in the chat. Hello, Articulated Heroes. Welcome to the UK stream, as always. Talking last week's news. We're a little bit slow over here because we stream on a Thursday.
Well,
let's not get into it. Yep.
Is Articulated Heroes must be a guy, right? And then Articulated Heroines
is a guy. No, it's a guy.
Is a guy as well.
It's Rich, yeah. Got a YouTube channel. Go and check him out. Doesn't YouTube as much anymore, but he exists. He's in the ether.
It was just when I saw Articulated Heroes and Heroines, I thought, is this a cute Mr. and Mrs. thing we got?
Oh, interesting. You'd have to ask them. You'd have to ask them. Articulated Heroes and Articulated Heroines. Yeah, you have to ask them. But I can see where you're going with that.
That's a good point though that Articulated Heroines makes. It's the first 3 lady wave since the Juggernaut wave.
Yep. I like that. Yeah.
I mean, X-Men always puts out the best female legends.
Yeah, as I said,
my favorite female legends are probably thinking about it. Are probably all X-Men.
I was going to do a whole stream about that. Maybe we'll save it for that. But yeah, we shall see. Right. So there are a couple more little teasers that they dropped. So me and Brandon, spoiler alert, obviously we're going to do a whole stream on the Bad Guys wave. We want to do a whole stream on Bring on the Bad Guys and give us our predictions and our wants.
Skull and Baron Zemo.
Yeah, Robo and the Foosh beat us to it. But we were going to do it as well. They just beat us to it, of course. But yeah, of course, we're going to do a whole stream on Bring on the Bad Guys. It may even be next week or the week after. Soon, anyway. Soon is my point. And Hasbro did reveal one more figure that is in this Bring on the Bad Guys wave. And I don't think it's one that anyone predicted. I didn't predict it. And do you know what? At first, I was a little bit disappointed with it. Because when it was the Bring on the Bad Guys wave, I thought we were going to get heavy hitters. I know Arcade's not a heavy hitter, but he's a fun, quirky, new character to add to the line. Yes. So this is a cost-cutting figure of the wave if we're going to talk about it in a corporate sense. It is, of course, the AIM super scientist guy. That's not his technical name, but it's an AIM scientist. There's someone in the comments chat can let me know his actual name. but it's something scientist, super scientist, or something like that.
Scientist Supreme or something?
Scientist Supreme, something like that. Yeah, it's a name scientist essentially. People, that's also you need to know. And yeah, this isn't an army builder either, by the way. He's just one character, so you don't need to army build these. It's just a character you can have standing with your AIM troopers. And Hasbro said in the stream they're going to re-release the AIM trooper on Pulse and stuff, so you could army build them to stand with this guy. But yeah, I was again at first a little bit disappointed, but I'm not mad at it either. But
no,
I was expecting more from this wave so far.
Yeah, I mean, I will still get it. You know, I think it's a cool figure. I'm trying to figure out what parts it uses.
So people have been saying the Udon version of Taskmaster. It uses like his gauntlets, the knees, the legs, definitely the feet, and the way the feet is to the pivot. Scientist Supreme. Thank you to Z-Man, Zach Legend, Kev, 42012, Devon, and Kevin for all helping me out there. Scientist Supreme, the AIM Scientist Supreme.
I think that's the thing though, is that, I mean, for me, I was really hoping that it would be like that this wave would be like, you know, Red Skull, Baron Zemo, Mandarin, you know, not a new fully articulated Ultron, even if it was just a regular Ultron, not even an Ultron Prime. You know, I was really hoping for some, you know, like you say, some big hitters.
I think everyone was.
Huh?
I think everyone was.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, for me, I really like the new Dormammu. That was a nice addition. I really welcomed that, because I sold the Build-A-Figure Dormammu earlier this year, because I thought that with the new Doctor Strange movie coming, I thought we're definitely going to see a new Dormammu at some point, so I was happy with that. Like you say, Arcade I excused as the kind of, you know, the fun, quirky figure of the wave. This now puts us at what, 3 out of 6, hopefully 3 out of 7.
Yeah, I don't mind. Just going back to Arcade, I know it's a simple character, like a simple character, but it's a new character. Like, so that's why I'm not mad. And like, I know technically, Scientist Supreme, this AIM guy, is a new character, but it's like, I don't know how. Like, again, I've not read a story with him in it. So, is he a big character, or is he just in the back of a panel? Do you know? Does he have a big play? Like, I don't know. But like, Todd's reaction is meh, and then meh. So I think a lot of people's reaction is, because again, I think they built up the hype of bring on the bad guys, and then they're like, here's Scientist Supreme, and it's like, oh, we wanted Red Skull and Ultron and Mandarin, and yeah. So hopefully Hasbro are holding out, and they're still to come. Yeah, and maybe maybe they showed us this because of the next tease. That's why that's all I'm thinking, because the next.
Because that's the thing. I think the reason why we saw those renders of the House of X Powers of 10 wave, whatever it is, the reason why we saw this, I think, was because of the leaks. I think if it had not been for the leaks, then we wouldn't have seen this. So I could see why they would have added these on as a nice palette cleanser, and you know, we know that this leaked, but here, in your face, leakers, we've got something that no one's seen before, kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, for me, just Red Skull would be my number one. A really nice, up-to-date Red Skull would be mwah.
Well, save it, Brandon, because we're going to do a whole stream on Bring on the Bad Guys, and we can do a top 5. So, yeah, stick around for our stream for that very soon, very soon. And Todd says you can keep Arcade. Do you know what, Todd? For Christmas, I'm going to buy you one of these big dicky bows with little polka dots on it. I think you look great at your family gatherings with a big arcade-style bow tie. So I'll sort you one out. I know you're a big fan of Arcade, really. But yes, moving on to his next comment. MODOK is supposed to be a £50 deluxe. Well, they teased MODOK.
No.
They teased MODOK. So this is obviously a giant... So this is either Bowman that... or what... If you watched the Fuchsia's... podcast where they guessed they picked some of their favorite villains they'd won in this wave. They picked like some Bal guy. I didn't even know he existed, but he's basically a villain with a big Bal head. So it's either that guy or it's MODOK, but it's got to be MODOK, right? Got to be MODOK.
100%.
I'm just praying it's not the animated MODOK that we've recently seen trailers of, because that seems like Robo Chicken style, not good for Marvel Legends form. Do you know what I'm on about, by the way? The MODOK, the new MODOK animated show. Okay,
No,
I sent exactly. I think I hope that's what I'm hoping. Basically, they're doing a new MODOK animated show.
Oh, and this could be
yes, yeah. And MODOK's got like a little family. The trailer's not funny. Doesn't look good. I'm hoping it's not that. But MODOK is one of those. The Toy Biz builder figure MODOK is one of those builder figures that can still hold up in any Marvel collection to date, without doubt. So Hasbro must know that. Hasbro are not idiots. They must know that builder figure still holds up. So if they are going to go and make a MODOK in this Hasbro era, then surely they've got to blow it out of the water. That's why when Todd says MODOK is supposed to be a £50 deluxe, you can't doubt the Marvel Legends Whisperer first and foremost. If Todd says that, it's most likely true. You can understand Hasbro probably went all out with this in regards to accessories or sculpt or paint or God knows what, to justify, first of all, replacing the builder figure from the Toy Biz days, and for the pretty £50 price point. Maybe he comes packed with an AIM soldier or something. Who knows? Or different face plates with different expressions or something.
Yeah, because I mean, we'll see what it looks like. I mean, Todd has never been, not never, I guess, but because I don't want to say never in case he has, but is always right for the most part. So I would trust him if he says $50 figure. But I couldn't. I mean, I would probably pay it. We know that we both probably would pay it because, we would love to get the figure. But but I wouldn't be happy about it, I would rather 35. I'm happy with, for a deluxe. I don't mind 35 because you kind of pay, your bit and a half.
We've not got a figure at that that scale yet, have we? We haven't. In 6-inch for 6-inch figures.
What, like MODOK, you think? I guess because of the density of MODOK, and I guess because of the.
But what I'm saying is, we've not had it. There's not been a single released £50 figure, has there?
No.
Yeah,
no.
Even the re-release builder figures they've give us, like the Kingpins and exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So if they're going to give us the £50 price point, they've got to justify it somehow. So, but they've got big shoes to fill. Phil Jones said it could be the Gamerverse MODOK. I hope not. Again, I just want a comic. Well. I just want a simple comic MODOK to stand with my AIM soldiers and my Scientist Supreme and whoever else I've got on the shelf. But don't want the animated MODOK, and I don't want the Gamerverse MODOK. Please, I'm like
the only strategy that I can also think of is maybe if they give us one of the versions of MODOK that we wouldn't like so much, they might think that we might get it, and then re-release MODOK as the comic version that everybody wants, and then we would all get it, and that gets to the price.
Yeah, I'm like you said, I'm very curious to know how they're going to justify the £50 price point.
Todd said Marvel News is where that rumor is coming from, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
That isn't entirely. That's not.
Okay, if Todd hasn't said it, we don't believe it.
Yeah,
we don't believe it.
I don't believe that. In that case, I don't think that's going to be $50.
Rumor and innuendo.
It could be, but I don't see why.
Articulated Heroine said it better Hoover for that. What are those little Hoover things that fly? Those little robots, that Zoomers or Rumbas or something that drive around your floor? Sure. It'd be like a MODOK Zumba. Is it called a Zumba? Yeah. Am I making that up? Those little robots that hoover up and the cats sit on them. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I don't even have a cat, but I know cats sit on them. Anyway, right. So yeah, MODOK was the last thing. But I did want to just ask you, Brandon, and ask the chat this one other thing. So this wasn't revealed on the stream, but this is something else that's been revealed this week. Marvel related, of course. So you know what I'm going to say? Is it the Blackbird you've always wanted?
Yeah.
The Blackbird. Okay, so this is the Transformers / Marvel / X-Men sort of collaboration. So Transformers have been doing this recently. They did it with Ghostbusters twice. They've done it with Back to the Future. And now X-Men, apparently. So I'm curious, because I haven't really spoke to anybody about this. So both Brandon and the chat watching, are you a fan of this Transformers Blackbird? Like, what do you think? Brandon, what are your thoughts? You're an X-Men fan, right?
It's pretty cool, but it's not for me.
You're not paying $60 for this?
Nope. I am saving my $60 and spending it on more hand ninjas.
What about this tiny Wolverine? What about this tiny Sabretooth?
Thought about it and
no. We can't sell Brandon. Okay, so what? I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious.
Are you getting it?
I don't know. Let's see what the price. Let's see what the price is in the UK first. So you know me, I've got a few Transformers here and there, and I like the idea of. I don't know. I like to support quirky things like this, and it's just one of those quirky things. But yeah, I'm genuinely curious what people think. So the chat, let me know. Are you a fan?
Todd said he threw up in his mouth a little bit.
What's that?
Todd said that he threw up in his mouth a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not alone.
Wolverine and Sabretooth not in scale. Yeah, they're massive. They're like even for that scale, they're massive. Woof. Brian says woof. Kevin Collectibles miss. Jay, I didn't even say hit and miss, and they're already at it with all the misses. Yeah, people ain't a fan. Okay, Z-Man has hit. Okay, so maybe it'll be easier for me to ask the question. Is this a hit? I think did Articulated Heroes. He said this is an instant buy for him. So I'm assuming that's for the Blackbird. Todd's not a fan of the Blackbird, as we found out. Spring Roland says, hope Transformers does a collaboration with Power Rangers. Now, that would be interesting. I'm hoping for a Turtles van, personally. I'd like a Turtles van collaboration, but Hasbro don't own the license to Turtles, so that's probably a no-go. J Fig says pass. Bullets 34 says pass. Slim Shady, I can't believe Eminem is in the building. Shout out to Eminem. Slim Shady says pass. He actually says P space ass. That's how strongly he feels about it. An easy pass for Crazy Toon Productions. And Matt Owen says hit for when it goes on clearance. So, okay. Again, I was just curious. What people thought. So, yeah, for my last little picture of the day, it's a massive fail. People are not a fan. Okay, fine. That's fine. I was curious. I didn't say I was buying it. I haven't brought it. I've not pre-ordered it. I was just curious. I'm allowed to be curious, people, right? I'm allowed to be curious.
Of course.
Anyway, so that's about it. So, that's a nice tight 2 hours, Brandon. I'm enjoying that.
That was really well done.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying that, people. So we'll stick around for 5 more minutes, just 5 more minutes. If anyone's got any questions, throw them in now. Again, super chats over £4, $4. Your question will be read out by our Robot Friday, and see if we can end the day here with some questions. So again, any thoughts, any random thoughts about today as a whole, Brandon? Anything, any favourites out of everything we've talked about?
One question I did have for everybody in the chat. Obviously, we know that Marvel Legends is the bread and butter of Dan's channel, and we all know that it's mine and Dan's favorite subject to talk about. But what other lines, if we were going to dedicate a stream to another line, what would you guys be interested in talking about? Just out of curiosity. I mean, we have discussed the next, sort of 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks worth of streams, and we have those all lined up. But it was just because this week I noticed that the only deliveries I had, and I've had about 3 or 4 deliveries, is all the Black Series. And I just was like, I didn't realize, since when do I collect so much Black Series? So I just was curious, what else do you guys collect? What is like if Marvel Legends is your number one, just like it is for me and Dan, what would be your number 2 or your number 3?
Well, as I've mentioned earlier, if you go back and watch last week's stream with Rob, so we had a bit of technical difficulties last week, which I think sort of interrupted the flow we had. But last week we went through all these different lines. We went through all the Hasbro stuff, but Neca and all the imports, we went through them all and basically just gave you our general thoughts of what we collect, our rules and stuff like that. So last week's stream with Rob was a really interesting one if you just like talking toys in general and not so focused. So go back and watch that first and foremost. But yeah, I am more than open, and I tell this to Brandon every week, we are more than open to talk about more than Legends here. Of course, Marvel Legends are the bread and butter of the channel, but you can't see the rest of this room. I collect loads of nonsense, and so does Brandon. Yeah. We could do our whole... If you watch last week's stream, you will know Brandon could do our whole stream on Pokemon figures, which I wasn't aware of. Do you know what I mean? Or Clone Wars or whatever. So I am open to do streams on other subjects, but sometimes the numbers don't look good. When I do stuff about Legends, lots of views. When I do stuff about other things, not so many views. So when you're building a show like this, your consistency is key first and foremost. So changing the day to Thursday was already a problem, but that's something we've had to deal with. But so now we just got to keep our regulars happy, because as I said, I like the little community we're building here, and I want to talk about what you guys like as well. So yeah, anyone's thrown anything out in the chat, Brandon, that you picked?
Z-Man said, "Hey, Kamen Rider, anyone?"
Who? No, I know who Kamen Rider is.
Yeah. I only know of Kamen Rider through The Amazing.
He was in a Power Rangers show way back in the day, and I actually had a toy of Kamen Rider on a bike. Don't ask me why or how my parents got it, but I had a Kamen Rider. He's like the bug guy, right? He's got like the bug helmet. He existed before Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I think. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I think
Power Rangers was inspired by it, I think.
Yeah. It's like one of the original sort of, he had a motorbike and a watch, he pressed it, he turned into like a bug guy. Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
I mean, I think it already I think a lot of the comments are confirming what we already knew, that Hasbro is the top dog. There's a lot of Black Series, a lot of GI Joes, a lot of Power Rangers, so that's cool.
I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I try and keep the streams on topic to a certain extent. So even when I'm doing streams on particular, like my girlfriend actually asked me what one of my streams was about the other week, and it was the one with Dante where we did Spider-Man costumes.
Yeah,
and she was like, "So you're doing a whole stream about what Spider-Man's wearing?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, technically," but it was so hard to explain how important all those different figures
are.
Exactly. But
I love the fact that we pick it, and I think, I mean, and again, feedback time, guys, in the chat. We'd love to hear your thoughts. I love the fact that we pick those themes and we largely stick to them, but we include other tangents as we go along.
Yeah, it's like having a vision. It's like we know where we got to get to, so we can go off track, but we always come back to it. And I do try and a plan. I don't have a producer. I have Friday the lazy robot that speaks when we get a super chat. But other than that, it's just me and about 4 computer screens around me, and me pressing buttons. So but yeah, as I said, I'm game for whatever, just as long as people are enjoying the content. As I said, I'm happy if this is the number of people we get watching consistently every week. I'm happy they keep coming back, but it's appreciated. But yeah, a lot of people are saying loads of different stuff. And maybe we will try it one week. We will just switch it up and see if it makes a difference. A lot of Black Series, G.I. Joe Classified, Multiverse, DC Multiverse, McFarlane, Power Rangers. Yeah.
My thinking is maybe as we get toward the end of Mandalorian, we could do something about Star Wars.
Yeah, 100%. I've literally got. I even, as I told Brandon earlier, I pre-ordered. Well, not pre-ordered. I brought IG-88 this week, which was like one of the. And I pre-ordered all of the new Mando Monday figures. All the what?
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't even collect Star Wars that much, but like for Mando, I've dived in. And so far,
and that was my thinking, because those are some really solid figures.
Yeah, so we could do a Mando, Extreme, not a problem, especially as the show's currently on and it's relevant, not a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try and pick a theme that's relevant to that week. So it may just be one nugget of news.
Yeah.
And I jump off it, like that Spider-Man outfits one was because of what is it? The rumored negative zone and the
Cyborg.
Exactly. So it was like relevant, on topic subjects that we explored. So I like to do that. But yeah, we shall see. And Darth Cluser says, wives never get it. You're not wrong, my friend. You're not wrong. It's the reason we're on Thursdays. But yeah, we shall see. A lot of G.I. Joe Classified. And there is a G.I. Joe live stream tomorrow, sorry. So who knows? If there's a lot of news, maybe next week. But next week we've got Ryan Laser Pants or Laser Trousers 81 that he's gonna be on for the Thanksgiving episode, even though it's not Thanksgiving over here, but we can eat turkey in celebration regardless. You've got family in America, Brandon. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving even though you're here?
No. No. I mean, I have celebrated it there before, but not here.
Yeah, it's one of them that just goes over our heads. Like,
yeah, exactly.
We don't celebrate Thanksgiving at all. We eat our turkey on Christmas.
The food though, the meals at Thanksgiving is
for me they just have Christmas dinner at Thanksgiving. So for me they just have Christmas dinner twice. They have it at Thanksgiving and at Christmas. Yeah. That's just greedy. Yeah. That's why Americans have the fat stereotype. All right, sounds all right. We're gonna wrap it up. People. But I will go back and read some of those comments. So I do appreciate you, anyone chiming in. I'm not ignoring you. I will go back and read some. We do appreciate your feedback and all of that good stuff. But today we're catching up on the news from last week. And next week, I'm not too sure what the subject is next week. But as I said, Lazy Pants will be here to join us regardless. But yeah, thank you very much to all the regulars, as always. Much appreciated. Brandon, thank you, as always. Let the people know where they can find you online and tweet you and post pictures of frog emojis.
As always, guys, Hero Collections on Instagram is the best place to reach me. Dan, big thanks as always.
No, you hate me now. You hate me now.
Thank you for once again bringing a nice touch to my Thursday evenings.
Always good. Bro. Thank you very much. And as always, people, you can find me on Instagram at Dan. It's Dan Who. I nearly got my own Instagram wrong then. It's Dan Who. I'm on my way. I need to get 10. I want to get 10K on Instagram, basically, because once you get to 10K, you can start doing fancy stuff like swipe up and probably other fancy stuff I am incapable of. So, like, I'm trying to post more engaging stuff on my Instagram, because usually it's just me going, look what I got in the post, and it's just me showing off toys. So I'm trying to like post, like I did it last week with the news. I don't know if anyone noticed, but I tried to post more like, I don't know, topical stuff. I don't know. I'm just trying to get to 10K is what I'm trying to say. So follow me on Instagram. It's Dan Who, and then tweet me tweet me frog emojis on Twitter. I'd retweet them, I promise you. Anyone who tweets me a frog emoji, I'm going to retweet it at Dan Who Reviews. And as always, me and Brandon will be here next week. Thank you to all the regulars. Thank you to anyone who put a super chat in. Much appreciated. And as always, people, we shall see you on the next one. Let's do one of those awkward waves at the end of a show, Brandon, where we just wave awkwardly for a while. Just let the credits